Yeah, we're live.
We live.
Hello, nobody out there in YouTube's land because there's nobody watching but me and Jimmy. Just got home and gonna work on my Star Wars ARC-170 tonight.
Cool.
And see how that goes. Looks like Jimmy's working on a bologna sandwich.
Roast beef and cheese.
Ah, close.
We ain't got no bologna, otherwise I would have made bologna. We ain't got shit in this house, so I went and got our Arab beef.
So the ARC-170 is the Star Wars version of an A-10 fighter. The heavy attack fighter bomber. And we're gonna bump up the detail on it.
There you go.
It's one of the Revell snap tight kits, but we're gonna bump up the detail.
Drop an LS in it.
No, I don't know with that, but I built one once before, and it's a pretty decent kit. But I wanna do better. Some of the windows on it are just molded in and painted black, so I cut all those out. Like this one right here. Down on it. This one right here is they just recess it and paint it black and call it done. So I cut that out and put window glass in it. Same thing on the other side. The droid port on top was just a hole, so I built a little droid to put in there. We got to finish painting him up on there, and then we'll work on fixing all the seams. Hey Jeff. And that's what we're gonna do with it. So we're
a TV on? I don't know. I got a light buzzing above me and a fan going next to me. It's hot as hell in here.
I don't hear a television. Mine is not on. Well, it's on, but it's not on. It's got a screensaver going on it, showing pictures right now.
I don't know. That was hot. I come home early from a party. We were all chilling out, and some damn Granite City kids showed up and wanted to fight everybody, so I got the fuck out of there. I didn't feel like going to jail. Or can we call it Granite Shitty for a reason? Everybody lives up there is a piece of shit. Have you seen the new project, Bob? Let me get
The last one I saw was the truck.
Up on it. Yeah, Mark last night on live gave me an idea. Tuck them big old fats way up in there.
Yeah.
Had to freaking cut the back seat out. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. You know, I got wheel tubs I cut out from something else, probably from one of the Chevelles. Or I got one of the backs from the Chevelle.
Mm-hmm.
Neither will fit.
Or even these work real good. Just your paint lids for making wheel tubs.
Yeah.
Spray paint can lids. Those work real well for making wheel tubs or medicine bottles.
That's what I'm gonna go up there and see. I need to go upstairs and see if my dad's got any pill bottles left over.
If not, you can just like measure what approximate size you want and go by the pharmacy and ask them. They'll probably for $1 or so, they'll probably sell you a couple of them.
Yeah.
Or you can also use the toothpick, the little things, the plastic, the toothpicks come in. Those work real good. These are kind of neat too if you get the right ones, like this one, because it's got like, oh, see, I may lose you here. It's got like rolled ribs on it at the bottom part. So the part you would be using for the wheel tub, so it's got like a nice detail on it, like it's got like it's been rolled to put the strengthening beads in it.
Yeah.
But even just a plain one would work too.
Yeah.
I think these came from Walmart, or I think these came from Walmart. The ones that had this detail on it. And when they're empty, that's probably what I'll use as far as wheel tubs.
Yeah. Freaking Mark gave me the idea last night. Shove them under there. I'm like, to shove them under there, I'm gonna have to cut the back seat out. Well, I cut the back seat out because he kept talking about how good it'd look, and the wheels do look good on this thing. Before I had thought about what am I gonna do for the back seat if I cut it out. I hadn't thought that far yet. I was like, them look good. Let's cut that out.
Do you just cover it over, or just tub it in? It's like they do on the Chevelle. They just plate it over it.
I have a sheet of styrene around there somewhere. I might just cut a little bit of that and make something. I know I'm gonna have to cut the front fender wells out, and I'm not messing with those. I'm gonna do what I did on the F-150. When you open the hood on this car, all you're gonna see is a Viper and tire. F-150 is the same way. All you see is Coyote and tire. I've seen a couple done up like that at a car show down here, and I like the way it looks. Especially like an airbagged car.
Because once you put the body on, you're not going to see a whole lot of it anyway. So,
yeah, just enough to cover the backup. Well, I'm gonna cover the backup the best I can. If it's not perfect, then whatever. My idea is to take the back window and the two little side windows and paint them black to make it look like it's all blacked out. The whole car, I'm gonna do it all blacked out. Or not blacked out. I'm gonna do the car charcoal gray with a black and red two-toned interior, and then I'll paint the valve covers on the Viper the same red. Trying to do some other colored interiors besides black. That's why I want to do the truck interior another color.
Your idea. I do a lot of leather colored ones because the leather color goes with any, like that brownish yellow leather goes with any color car.
Yeah.
Guys,
Jason's happy. I'm working on a fucking Dodge.
yeah, come to the dark side, Jimmy.
Shit, I lost my mind. Working on a Ford and a Dodge. Fucking losing my mind. I need a Chevrolet. I need
to touch a Chevrolet.
Hey, Terry.
What's up?
Hey, Terry.
Just now getting home from work. Ain't that something?
Perfect timing.
Every time, yeah. I just got home too.
I just got home.
I made a detour. I ain't been at work till 8 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
Had to go get something to eat.
Hey, I got home from a party and didn't feel like fighting anybody, so I had to come home.
Bob, when you get a chance tomorrow, can you give me a call? I want to talk with you about something good, so don't worry, and get your thoughts and opinions.
Okay.
You're one of our most respectable people in this hobby when it comes to knowledge and building skills.
You're getting nose reduction surgery.
Oh, come on, Jeff, man, you can talk about me in front of me.
You're not Bob.
No, you was talking about one of the most respectful builders.
Oh, why you gotta talk about Jason like that?
Hey, I even freaking laughed at that one.
But it was.
It-
I had
you
a
got him
discussion
stumbling
with
now.
somebody, and they pointed some really good things to me, and you come one of the most highly recommended people to be involved with is you, Bob. Again, it's a positive thing. There's going to be a change on my Sunday stuff. We're
You're
only
making
6
him blush.
So, Bob, you got a heads up. 6 people will be on state, well, 7. But it's going to be only about modeling in different people's approach to whatever subject comes up.
We do
Is
kind of
that
a Jerry Rig measure.
Is that something you'd be interested in, Bob? Or
Yeah.
all right,
Right there. Kind of a Jerry Rig measure. But I'll make it work.
all right. I want to try to get a steady panel. You know, there'll be fill-ins here and there because life takes over at times, and we can't always.
Yeah, it's not
Be
something
there
I could
on
do every
Sundays.
week, but
Yeah. But I think it would be good in that way because I noticed last week I got some younger people in there, and I want to try to build off that and help them, as we all do. So.
yeah. So I could do it every week, especially when summer coming up. I'm pretty busy in the summertime.
Yep, it's when you can do it, Bob. There, you know, you're not under any obligation to do it. It's when you
There you
you,
are.
you want to, and we can have some kind of rotation sometimes too, because life does take over for certain aspects, and it happens.
Let's get in there.
Somebody actually recommended Jimmy, if Jimmy could keep himself under control.
Depends
You
what I'm
can-
working on.
You can do it, Jimmy. You've proven you've done it before, so
I know
okay.
I can. Depends if I'm working on this new headache or the Ford, which has actually been pretty nice.
But you're going to be around people that you can actually bring up in a discussion. How would you fix this and learn from it?
Yeah. I definitely fuck up enough. I know how to fix shit.
And he ruins it. Jimmy, people are trying to help you
I
become
know.
the best modeler you can for yourself, not for them. And they've been watching a lot of your stuff, so
People
you
watch
should.
my stuff. That's crazy. Ain't nobody watching my shit.
They're doing it during the lives, okay?
Oh.
All right, Jimmy.
Plus, they don't watch me. Go watch Fred Henry. My shit looks like ass.
Do you think Fred Henley started out great?
No,
Or do
but
you
he is.
think it's like Bob?
Yeah, you want to
Like,
point, Jim, for yourself? Make sure the lid's on before you start shaking it up.
Ooh,
Like I
that ain't good.
squeezed all over myself.
Oof, that ain't good. Hopefully it didn't spill everywhere, Bob.
No, just all over my hand. It's like I booged all over myself.
Bob,
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I've done that so many fucking times.
Now look at Bob. People are like, "How can you do it?" Bob is built and developed mental repetition skills. That's
Bob
why
knows what
Bob
he's
can
doing.
do what he does, and that's
You got
what
paint
you
bottle
can get,
without the lid on
Jimmy,
it? Yeah.
if you take
Yeah,
that
okay.
time to do that. All right, guys, I am out of here.
No, you stay in.
No, I've got some other stuff and we got to take care of. But thank you, Bob, for allowing me in for a moment to talk with you. Like I said, give me a call and we'll go start little things and build from there.
All right.
Somebody's walking down here. Okay.
All right. Have a good night, gentlemen.
All right,
ya.
see you, man. Mm. I don't know. I can't really find anything I like for this back seat. If I wouldn't have cut the back seat so bad on this car, I would have tried to mold it back in, but I cut it too bad. Unless I have a spare seat here somewhere, I might be able to use. If you turn it over and there's no wheel tub, I don't care about that. If people are grabbing and turning over my model, we got a problem. So get out of there, damn it! You say shit, get out of there. Okay. Stay. Either. That's just that cool idea. I want to so straight. Let's cut a little bit more out, but. And then this Viper motor. Where's my little thing? I can go ahead and mop this up in there. OS. I'm breaking things. Don't do that no more. Oh, how can I do it? I'm going to grab right back in my fire.
Jimmy, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Who?
I'm dying, but he can't hear me.
Me?
Yeah. You the only
Oh,
Jimmy in here.
I didn't hear you. What?
So is this a special tag that is below Mountain Dew modeling that Bob gave you? It's called A-hole.
Oh, asshole? Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
put it on the other night and right I did.
Well, I ain't never seen no little tag like that on here before.
He put it on himself.
Yeah. No,
Come
Bob
on,
had my
Bob.
fingers.
I figured you was gonna give him a special tag.
He did the other night. He put on there my fingers are too fat.
You said you wanted it on there, so I put it on there.
Oh, couldn't find the button, and I went to hit the button, and I hit 3 buttons because my fingers are too fat.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. You don't normally need to leave work and go to a Chinese restaurant that has absolutely awesome food.
Bing chong, bing bong.
Yeah, you believe it.
We don't have a good Chinese place around here.
I had to go.
Place down the road a little bit.
It was not far from where I work, but then it's it's all the way across town from where I live. So it would take me about 30 minutes to get back across town. Get back home.
Yeah, the closest one to here is about 30 miles. So. And it ain't even all that good. It's basically a step above Panda Express.
Hey, we have a big one that's probably about 3 miles down the road. And I'd rather travel across town to go to this one because it's so much better.
We got one not too far from
Panda
the house. The only good thing there is General Tso's chicken. And even that'll fuck your stomach up.
Well, the actual chicken on a stick at this place actually tastes good. The other place.
It doesn't taste like dog?
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like cat?
Yep. Doberman Pinscher and German Shepherd.
I've eaten cat, I've eaten dog. Neither one of them tastes anything like chicken. I can tell you that right now.
Believe it or not, we got a place here in Mobile that they call little Saigon. And there ain't one freaking animal walks the neighborhood. Because if they do, they chicken on a stick.
What's up,
I'm gonna worry about these
M16?
wheel tubs later.
Kevin Smith.
I'll
Yes,
worry about the back tubs later.
Yeah.
Guess I need to set up my, little tablet here so I can see Chad, huh?
I'm gonna
Because if
start
I don't,
cutting with the Dremel on the mute.
can't see shit.
Okay. Hey, Boston Buds, how are you tonight?
What's up, Austin?
We're just hanging out, working on my ARC-170.
Man, saying they've had some bad tornadoes in Tennessee today.
Yeah, the sun just finally came out right before it got dark tonight here. So I guess we're done with the rain for a couple days anyway.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain here. They talking about maybe get some hail here, so who knows?
Sure, I'm gonna need some more. Start working on the wings. I did get my let me grab it. Got my hood for this car came in today. I'm still waiting on the one to come for the for my 68 Firebird. I got big cow induction hood came in today. I'm still waiting on the one for my breakfast car. It's not here yet.
Who'd you get the hood from, Bob?
It's Lexus models on eBay. He's like, I think it's what it was.
Okay.
It's got that nice.
They resin cast or?
It looks like
Where'd you
it.
say you got it from, Bob?
Where did I? Let me find the paperwork.
Is it a feller Lexus?
I think it's Lex models.
Yeah. How is it? Because he's got a couple things, a couple cow hoods I want to order up.
I ordered 2 of them just in case one didn't fit. But Lexus scale model resin parts.
Yep. I seen him the other night, and he's got a couple things I want to order, but I thought I'd ask around and see how his work is before I order anything.
Yeah, it fits up just fine. I wish it had been just a hair wider, but I mean just a tiniest bit. But it's once I get the paint and stuff on the body and the hood, it'll probably be just right.
Yeah.
Right now the spacing looks a little bit wide, but by the time I get the paint and stuff on it, it should.
They're pretty good parts. He's got a couple things I'm gonna order up.
White on white is not going to show, but there's just a little bit of side to side play in it. But once they want to get by the time I get the paint on both of them, it ought to be fairly close. And if not, I
He's
can
got
just glue a little piece of strip on one side or something.
he's got the kind of RT. Well, it's kind of an RT hood. It's like a custom RT hood. He's got a couple vents on it for the 70 Challenger kit that I'm doing now. This kit comes with that TA hood scoop that I don't like. I don't like the look of that hood scoop. It looks ugly to me.
This is the I'm gonna use it on the boost kit, which is the same as the other one except for the wheels and the decals. Is the only difference between that and the regular one. But the one for the breakfast Firebird tail induction hood is apparently bought somewhere in the UPS system. And the guy took it to the post office on the 2nd, and that's just where the tracking ends on it. It's him taking it to the post office. And the hood scoop I've got from Bruce, for some reason they keep it made it all the way to Kansas City Regional Post Office, Kansas City, Missouri. Then they sent it to Kansas City, Kansas, and they had it for like 2 days. And then they sent it back to Kansas City, Missouri. They had it for like 2 days, and they sent it back to Kansas. And it's up today. Last night it was back in Kansas City, Missouri, but the tracking stopped there. So I'm gonna have to go to the post office tomorrow and see if they can figure out what the hell's going on with that. Sure they can't, but they can at least hopefully put an inquiry in.
Yeah. Yeah, they claim they're extremely short-handed in many of their departments.
That's what the eBay seller said. The one that I'm waiting on, the one for the breakfast one, he said he took it on in there on the 2nd, and that the postmaster told he went last time he had this problem. The postmaster told him, well, if they don't have time for parcel packages, they just shove them in a tub on the side and they get to them when they get to them. So it's entirely possible it's still sitting in the post office in a box waiting to be processed. Look around, see if I got any of that brick red to match that. That's the right part. 7.
What's going on, Bubba's Model Car Shop? How you doing this evening?
Yep, somebody's here. Or Jimmy. Nope, Jimmy's there. So who? Oh, Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Greetings, one and all.
What's up, Ryan?
Just got done eating it.
Yeah, I just did that not too long ago too.
Came out of Rob's stream. Went and did my thing, got something to munch on. Saw you guys were live. I figured time to stop in.
Yeah, same here. I ain't gonna be in too long because I got to get some sleep tonight. I've been up too late the
Oh,
last
come
few
on, you as
nights.
bad as I was.
Oh,
I don't
man.
even waste my time trying to get sleep at night. I wait until after midnight and I try to get sleep in the morning.
Well, my son's graduation for college is tomorrow evening, his ceremony, so I don't want to be that dad that's fucking sleeping in the audience.
It's all right as long as you're not snoring.
Right.
And then that's a problem.
I'll be all over YouTube.
Yep.
Dad falls asleep in his chair.
The inconsiderate father.
Yeah, yeah.
Not inconsiderate. He was up all night planning today's events.
Yeah.
Or building models, which is probably more the case.
Yep.
I can be honest about it, Jason. I fell asleep about 12. I blinked long. I'll put it like this. When I blinked, it was a few minutes before I opened my eyes back up at work today.
A
Yeah.
long, slow blink.
Yeah,
Same
just
here.
blink and you go, oh shit.
It was like I fell asleep and then the alarm was going off and I'm like, holy shit, that was short.
Yeah. That's the way it always is with me. Go to bed, seem like you blink, wake right back up.
Yeah, at least tomorrow's Friday. That's a good thing.
That's absolutely gonna be wonderful. But it just all depends on how bad the weather gets tonight and tomorrow, because they're talking about bad weather.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I know they're talking chances showers from Friday into Saturday morning, but hopefully that they'll just do it overnight.
Yeah, it's supposed to be overnight, and tomorrow it's supposed to be clear Saturday and Sunday. But severe weather tonight.
Yeah, what were they saying? Like Tennessee might have tornado threats tonight, or
They've already had tornadoes from what I've
did
seen.
they?
Yep.
They've been moving across the states, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anywhere from Texas to Maine. Not so much up in Maine, but you know what I mean.
Well, fuck. My cutting head is fucked up now.
We know your head is messed up.
No, I think the little bolt holding this cutting wheel on is stripped. I can't get it to tighten. So it's making the cutting head spin.
Put a washer in it.
It fucking is.
Put a washer in it so that the threads that do grip get a little more traction.
Some of them, the threads are way down deep in there, so they have a little bit of dead space in the front. You could sand some of that off the mandrel too.
I can't get fucking Titan.
Jimmy can't get no more tighter.
I was just in the fucking middle of cutting his fender wells off too. Cut this off. Where's the lid?
Just to give you an idea on this ship, this is the fuselage. This is the gun. It's almost as long as the.
Wow.
It's like 2/3 the length of the fuselage. The gun is.
What
Crazy.
scale is that?
It is probably about close to 148. I would say 150, 155, somewhere in there. It's box scale.
Okay.
But the pilot figures, they're a little bit smaller than what you would see in like a 148 scale airplane. But it's real close. It's in that 148th range.
Working on your mail truck, Ryan?
Yes, sir. Trying to get my tracks for the sliding doors.
Cool.
But I'm having a slight little issue that I had to work around and figure out. Because the body's not just a square, it's kind of got it's taller at the back than it is at the front.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't, I got a angle iron channel at the very top, right? But as the door goes back, it falls out of the track. So I got a couple of strips in there, and I'm just gonna make another panel that goes over it so that the door can slide behind the panel, so it'll be like a pocket door.
Gotcha.
Took me a little bit to figure that one out this morning, and I've been kind of working out the little channels. And I also figured out something else I screwed up on, which I'm just gonna have to live with. When I put the two sides of the body on, they were identical because I had them clamped together and I sanded all the four sides, to make sure they're all the same size.
Yep.
But when I glued the one of the two panels that I glued on, I must have flipped it. And it's a different angle at the top and at the bottom. So when I flipped it, it's going to kind of have a twist in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much work in it already that if I pulled it off, I can't just flip it over. So what I started doing was kind of notching the one tang off of the bottom, another one off of the front tang on the top, and kind of leveling it a little bit, So it's close enough for my work. It's custom made.
As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Oh no, I'm pissed. No, I'm very happy. For me, the joy of building stuff like this is the creativity, the mental flow that I have to get into.
Yep.
A box stock build, I never get into this kind of mindset. So when I do this kind of stuff, it's like, okay, here's a problem, here's an option, but is it the right option? What other options do I have? Oh, this will work just perfect. Let's do that. So it's got all kinds of rewarding steps to it, unlike a box stock where it's like, oh yeah, cool, I got the heads on, yay.
Mm-hmm.
I cut my
There's Andrew.
I got my back panel cut with the doors open. Now I just got to figure out how to make the hinging mechanism. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey. Hey,
How
Terry.
you feeling, buddy?
Good.
That's good.
Don't be lying to me.
I'm not lying.
That's good. That's good. 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 Good.
Hey, Terry, too.
Did you get your good supper in your belly?
Yeah.
Good. Good. You get your model painted that you were working on?
Yeah.
Cool. Now you gotta wait for it to dry before you can do some more.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, look at there.
Are you chilling?
Just chilling.
No, the other guy. Terry, too.
I'm here,
You chilling, though?
Yeah, it looks
just
like
chilling, holding down the recliner.
Yeah. If he don't hold the recliner down, the dogs will run off with
That's right. I got one probably sitting right here side of me waiting for his turn.
it. Lose your
That's what
sleep.
That's what happens when you eat too much Chinese food, Andrew. You just sit there.
Yeah.
Yes, just sit there. You want some Chinese food.
Yep.
The egg roll.
Egg roll.
Egg roll. No, it's bolt strip. Oh, you son of a fuckhead.
Yeah, she sucks.
Nah, don't be with me.
Dude, see.
Yeah, I call it strip.
So you got the motor built for that car yet, Andrew?
I got chassis built. I got chassis in the motor.
Cool. So now you gotta do the interior, and then you can get into doing the body.
Uh-huh.
Where's that? I got another cut motor in there somewhere.
It's got the radio in it.
A
I think that-
radio.
Here it is. I think this one's bent though. But
Is that the cop car, Andrew?
Yeah.
let's see, I'm trying to transfer it. Where's what to do with that? We want fucking screw it.
Well, you know, Andrew, if you need a couple of criminals to put in the back seat of that police car, Jimmy's always good.
No,
These two guys. These two guys.
Jimmy.
Them two
Jimmy.
guys.
Location down on Jimmy.
What do I do with that little thing on bottom?
Why are you wearing next to Kim off, Jimmy?
And I'm pointing at Jason and RPM.
Oh yeah, you pointed in the wrong direction.
You were pointing at Bob.
Oh, we're backwards on my screen because Jason's to this side and RPM's to this side.
I'm not on your side. I'm underneath you.
Yeah.
I can get a Jimmy on a stick.
Wait, you're underneath me?
You're still pointing at Bob.
See,
Bob's on this side of me.
I got a Jimmy on a stick.
There you go. Now you're pointing at me.
It's opposite on my end though.
I got a Jimmy on a stick.
Yeah, Jimmy on a stick. Yeah, see, Terry's got it.
Oh, what I do with that little?
I got it now.
I'm gonna do with that little pad I got. I can just through it somewhere. I don't call it through it though. It's over here. strip. This one's strip.
Oh, pick 'em up.
Pull this one back. Yeah. Strip. This one should be. I probably have the raw bolt on the hood, but it wasn't wrong with me.
Greetings, Serge and Teddy. Greetings.
Eddie Mayo.
Hey, Serge. Hey, Ted.
What you mean, Mom?
What am I working on?
Uh-huh.
I'm working on the Star Wars ARC-170 spaceship.
He's trying to get to the moon.
That's cool, Bubba. I'll have to check that build out. Your Chase Elliott car.
Working on that one right there.
I got one of those JL Salvino Elliott Napas. I don't know. I got one of the first run ones, and it's warped and things are molded weird, and they're supposed to be really good, but the first couple they put out, I guess, weren't very good, and I got one of the not very good ones. So that Camaro body is going to be turned into a pro stock car. I have a wide body Camaro.
Yeah, no, but so she's 19.
Hey, Edward Leonard.
Anybody know of a cute single masseuse?
No.
No.
Grants.
That's good to know on the decals. I don't have any of those kits yet, but I know I've looked at getting some of those JR Servino kits.
And there we go. My front fender wells are cut.
Hey, Edward.
And I still need the back tire a little lower, maybe. But I can sand a little bit.
Eddie Wad.
Wow. The only way to make a Dodge look right, hack up. Dodge, cut my little. most replacement things wrong. He peeled a piece of shit. Pretty straight. Back tires. Look up and just squared up. Get where give you something in this step. Right there. And then the meter. They're still too tall. Damn it. Yeah. How much more can I cut?
Told
If
you,
I cut,
Andrew builds better models than you do, Jimmy.
if I cut any more out.
Better get him, doggy. Who's here? Hey, who's here? Better go get him. Silly dog sleeping on the job. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna mute for a bit.
Good.
You have a busy day today, Terry?
Oh, every day is pretty much busy, man. You get into the trucking business, it's always 15 drivers calling you, asking you about this, that, and the other. Had one went over into Florida today out of Mobile into Pensacola, got pulled on the scale, got $100 ticket because he was a genius. So before he left the yard, he had a loaded dry van. The dry van was already set up, the tandem was already set up where it needed to be. And he decided to slide it all the way to the back. And state of Florida enforces what they call bridge law, which is 41 foot. He was 16 inches from being legal, but when he went across the scale, his drives weighed 38,100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4,100 pounds over because he moved the tandem on the trailer. So I had to give him he's got 10 years, supposedly 10 years over the road, and I had to school him on how fifth wheels and tandems move weight.
You would think with that many years of experience, you would have a little bit of knowledge in that.
Well, you know, there's a couple of different types of drivers out there. Okay, truck driver, owner operator, and then you got what they call steering wheel holders.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know their ass and their elbow. So, I mean, I was driving since '99,
about them all the time.
and I give up to driving a couple of years ago, sold my truck, but I mean, I don't know everything, and I really don't, but I know enough to be able to get people by and survive out there on the road, you know, the law and all of that kind of stuff, where he don't know. And he's got a buddy that works there with him that has flipped some switches on the dash, and Undabi didn't know what he was doing, and he actually moved the fifth wheel on the truck all the way to the front. You know, they got the air activated fifth wheel,
Yep.
and he activated it and really didn't know he did it, and he moved it all the way to the front, which not only put more weight on the tandem or on your drives, it also puts more weight on the steers. Of course, the steers wasn't over, but still. So it's I guess it's called wanting to learn and not just get out there and drive thinking you know what you're doing and you don't. So, you know.
Hey, everybody.
Morning. How you doing?
Yeah, morning, evening. I don't even know what the fuck time it is.
It is 9:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, I think I experienced one of those steering wheel holders this evening.
No shit.
No shit.
Man.
Guys hauling around a bunch of beautiful brand new cars, right? A bunch of 4x4s on a big old long ass trailer. I got 4 lanes, okay? From the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am in 2, and he is in 4. He wants to be in 2 at my expense.
Yeah. Yeah, in other words,
barreling up like a goblin fucking truck behind me, and I literally had to slide in between 2 cars that were traveling close to 80 miles an hour to keep him from slamming into me.
Yeah, that's called not giving a shit about who's sitting inside of him.
I'm gonna tell you, if I was driving my own vehicle, I'd have chased that son of a bitch down, and he'd have been picking knives out of his vital organs, like Tin.
There's a bunch of those out there. There ain't no doubt.
Oh, I run into them a lot out here, but further out where I was driving today, it's worse.
I'll put it like this. This is something that he told me. The guy told me. His name is Nick Golfus is his last name, and he's so confident. And I told him, I said, set up anything you want to set up, and I said, I can outdrive your ass. He told me he could outdrive me, and I'm going, okay. I said,
is he a young dude or a
Walmart, when I pulled Walmart when I was with Landstar, used to do competitions with their drivers, and it's just crazy shit that they would do. They'd leave the convex mirrors on the trucks to where you could use them, but they also wanted to see how close you could get to a curb without touching it. And I'm talking about going around a corner.
That's a bit.
Yeah, that's you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. If you think you can outdrive me, set whatever you want up. We'll see just how good you think you are.
I didn't believe this guy, though. You'd think I was driving one of them stupid little mini cars. I was driving a big-ass panel van, you know, damn near the size of him if he was bobtail, and he still managed to not see me.
Yep.
And, I mean, he was hauling balls. He was doing 80-plus.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of them out there, Marcy. Ain't no doubt. I mean,
my dad comes home bitching about him all the time.
My dad, over 200 miles of driving today, and I had just one.
Yeah. Well, you're absolutely lucky. Then he only had one.
He comes
because I can grant you probably 30 of the 75 that you passed today are steering wheel holders.
My dad comes home bitching about them all the time. He's the dude that like he drives downtown St. Louis a lot, and he's the only one that's able to take a 53-foot trailer through downtown St. Louis.
Yeah,
he's the only one that hasn't hit nothing downtown.
And my dad used to drive. I spent my summers growing up riding with my dad. And it's gotten really, really bad. They never used to be like that. And I mean, when I left, it was blowing a freaking hoolie out here. It was almost a hurricane when I left this afternoon. And we were crawling. We were barely making 60 going down the freeway. And I got trucks on all sides of me, and they're just puttering along, staying in their lane, doing what they're supposed to, slowing down when the visibility got real bad. And it got to a point where some of us actually pulled off the road. It was raining so hard between their back spray and the sheet of rain. It was like you might as well have your eyes closed.
Yeah, can't see shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I pulled off the road twice, and the one truck that was right in front of me most of the way, he pulled off when I did. And then on and off throughout the whole trip, there were other guys pulling off to the side. I mean, it was a close to 2-hour drive, maybe a little longer, actually, because we had to drive so damn slow.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Well,
during
and we're
bad
supposed
weather, they were great. You know, they were safe. But as soon as it got where it wasn't really raining, it was like dicks on the loose. Everything with tires was just going nuts.
Well, rain makes things 10 times worse than what they can actually be. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, especially on a brand new section of highway that's nice and smooth.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the slightest bit cool outside. It makes it like ice.
Mm-hmm.
When I had myself out of the way, it's just like if he had a psychic connection, he felt the bullet to the back of his head, because I'm like, I hope you end up in a fucking ditch. I'm sure he probably did somewhere 20 miles past where I had to get off the road.
Yep, probably so.
I'll read about him tomorrow in the paper.
Probably.
To me, I saw what he looked like.
I got me a new egg plane in.
Which one?
The Ming.
Oh, the main ones. Yeah, I got a bunch of the main ones.
The C, is it the C-130? Not C-130, but what is it? The Global Liner or something? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I got a.
Oh, Globemaster.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that's got the four engines on it. It's going to be pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I got the B-24 from Maine and a couple of other ones. I can't remember exactly what the airplanes are. And then I got those 2 tanks that I posted on my channel way like 8 ago.
See, I want to get some different ones. I've got them. I got a couple of them helicopters like you had built. That I guess it's a Bell. I don't know. Yeah. But I got a couple of them, and I got P-51. I think. What's that one you did, Bob? F-18?
F-16?
F-16?
F-16. They got both. F-16, F-18, F-22s. They got all 3.
But I wanted this one that I got that they sent the other day. I think I paid about $18 for it, shipped, and no. But I've been wanting. That's the one that I was trying to get the hobby shop to find, and they said, "Well, they don't make that." I said, "Yeah, they do."
Yes, they do. You just don't know where to look. You don't have the right supplier.
Well, I mean, and they went in to look in Stevens and all of that stuff. You know, some of their distributors, and none of them have them, but I know where to get them. I just wish that it was. Everybody had not really found Plaza Japan, but I mean, then it would not be in business. But still,
I love Plaza Japan.
That's a freaking awesome place. Absolutely.
Yeah, I get my stuff straight from there within 6 or 7 days. If I order on a Monday, it's there the next Monday at the latest.
Yeah.
It's awesome. They pack things well. Their customer service is great, even though they use a digital translator to communicate with people by email.
Yep.
There's no breach in understanding. Even though they're using a translator to help them most of the time, they understand you and you can understand them.
I've never had any issues with them, to be honest about it, and I've bought several things from them. But I mean. I
had one package that was a day late, and I got concerned, so I contacted them.
Yeah. The only thing that you really got to watch with them is, and I think you've ordered stuff from them too, haven't you, Bob?
Yeah.
You just have to watch your shipping. You know, make your make the shipping worth what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? You put several kits in your cart, and then you look at the shipping, and then you can back off of some of the kits that you have in the cart where the, balance out the shipping, because the shipping is kind of high.
Yeah.
But I mean, I go in, that's what I do, is I go in there and I just kind of see pick out stuff that I like, stuff that I want and all that kind of stuff. And then I look at the shipping and what I say when I see it. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yep.
But then you got to take the freaking calculator and go, well, I got 9 kits in the cart, and this is $55 worth of shipping, and divide it, and then see how much you're going to spend on each kit with the shipping.
Yeah.
It balances out. I mean, I always play with it a little bit where I can make the shipping and what I'm ordering worth my while. Anyway, I guess you'd say.
Right.
Just kind of balance it out. You've ordered from them, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You just have to look at it and make sure that I don't really know how to explain it, where the shipping goes from it jumps from one price to the other, and I always try to get
sometimes, depending on how much you spend, if you spend enough, the shipping goes down. They give you a discount on the shipping. So
it
you really gotta look at the math,
I've always had too much shit in my cart, so.
Oh, every time, yeah. I've always had to go back through and read
What's going on, Jeff? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there that I like to order, but I don't.
Jack.
Ever since y'all been doing them egg planes and all that stuff, I've been watching all of that, and I want to get some of those tanks myself. The tanks, I got the airplanes.
Yeah, they fit in the palm of my hand, and they don't even fill up my hand.
Yeah.
I love the cutesy military stuff. Hasegawa, Meng.
Are they the ones that do the?
Hasegawa are the egg planes that are for the actual group build. That's the only thing. It has to be a Hasegawa egg plane. No other rules besides that. It's free to do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, but I mean it's kind of, I don't know if you call it limiting it to stuff that's like fighter jets and World War I or II airplanes.
Kind of, yeah.
But I mean, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. I've always liked,
when a group build has more specifics like that, just like pick up, a specific brand or whatever the specific item, the requirement is, there's less to look through. It makes it easier to pick something and get it done in a timely fashion.
Well, and see, the thing is when they were doing all of that, of course, and I've never even entered an egg plane thing, but I've always, every time they do it, I watch and look at it because, I think they're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cartoonish in a way.
Yeah, I like what BG did with one of his. He did a frying pan.
Yeah.
He took it to,
I like the way you look.
There we go.
Papa Dan and Colonel Rad Tommy in the fall usually do the formed group build, which covers all the menu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't do it last year. I think Dan's having health problems. So if they're not going to do it this year, I will probably host it for them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't really say
September.
much about, he said in his last video that I saw, he said that there were some family things. He didn't mention anything medical. Is there something that came up along the way that I just am not aware of?
Fred said something about it because he wasn't at JaxCon.
Okay.
They kind of reached out to him and that he was having some health issues. So.
Throw me up there real quick, Bob.
Aside from that, he's okay.
Well, everybody, I'm not calling tonight. I got to get my ass to bed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be too long myself, buddy. I'm about to fall slap ass out here myself.
Yeah,
so.
I don't want to pull a Jimmy.
No, but I mean, I've been fighting it too. So
All right.
I
Everybody have a
didn't
good
hear what you
night.
said, Bob. See
Good
ya.
night, Ryan.
See you, Jason. Yeah, I just got the stance
Yep.
right on that thing.
take care, buddy.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
paint
it
those
looks good.
rims black. I don't
Those
like that
wheels look
chrome.
good.
What'd you
Yeah,
put
well.
on them? What, is that 22s, 24s?
I have not a clue. These are die cast rims and tires.
Oh, okay.
Looks good,
I got you.
Yeah, big they are.
Yep.
Freaking had to cut the back seat out, fender wells, and the front fender wells. Which I'd have to do that anyway. It's getting a V10 Viper shoved in it.
Yeah, you kind of got to make some room. That's really good.
Just a little
I
bit
like
of room.
that.
I'm gonna do it up kind of like that. Who built it? It was a 70 Challenger.
Hmm.
It was gray with some orange and black rims. It was like a 1200 horsepower custom build. And I'm
So many
trying
people
to,
do that specific car. I couldn't even think of who that would have been.
yeah,
Was it for one of the group builds, or was it something that
it
was
was a real car.
one-to-one?
That's what this is
Oh,
going to be
one-to-one.
based
Yeah.
off of.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So it's going to be charcoal gray. I'm going to paint these rims black because I don't like the way they look chrome. They look better black. And then I'm going to paint the interior black, and then I'm going to tape it off a little bit and do red inserts on the interior.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the valve covers on the Viper motor are going to be the matching red to kind of tie it all up.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like how it's looking right now. It looks good.
I got to
It's
figure
a good
something out for
place
this
where it
back
really
seat,
eats up
though.
those tires.
I got to figure something out for the back seat because I might just take a piece of styrene and cover it up because I got 2 nitrous bottles that look really good in the back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you could just cut the seat to curve it, like make a custom seat.
Yeah. Well, I'd
Man,
use
you gotta get that ballast fixed in that lamp. That flickering.
Yeah. Well, it's got, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got one red bulb and one clear bulb because I bought the wrong bulb.
Oops.
So we're freaking with it right now.
Yeah, looks like the red bulb's the one flickering.
Yeah, it's flickering like crazy.
That's just
Ooh, bad
natural.
idea,
Those lights
bad
never
idea,
work
bad
on
idea.
phones.
Don't do that.
Well, yes,
That-
it's probably
do not-
because of the ballast. The ballast and the
Yeah.
light are not comparable, I guess you'd say.
That or the
That's
ballast
not
is fucked either
compatible.
way.
I'll
Yeah.
get it out right. They're not
Yeah.
compatible.
I can see something.
It's either a compatibility issue or a bad ballast, but do not
Yeah.
hit that because if you
I'll
hit
use
it
my head
just
to
the
cover
right
it.
way, that glass will drop. You don't want that shit in your eyes. I had that experience one year
No, I've already
in
got
our
the plastic
garage at the
shells in
old
there.
house. We were moving some shit. We're moving a plant stand we built, and I lifted up too high and hit the shop lights. Glass rained like candy all down in my face. I had to go to the ER to get my eyes washed out.
Yeah, that
Not
was
fun.
nice, wasn't it?
Oh,
You
that was
enjoyed
great.
you
It felt like
enjoyed that?
I loved it. It felt like
Oh,
it was
I've
at
had
the
Man,
beach.
I'm
You
gonna
get a
tell you
facial
what,
I've had
after
Dad
about
do
a
that.
they
Freaking
washed
I
mine
was,
out. And they put them damn suction cup things in my eyeballs, and I about freaked out.
They didn't do that.
Mhm.
They actually just
Oh my
washed it. They were able
God.
to rinse it all out.
They had to
It
do it with me.
stung
I was
like I face
grinding
planted
on
at the
the
beach.
grinding
like
on
I
the
had
frame of my
sand.
truck, and freaking I got rust in my eye.
Mm.
Freaking
That was
I've done that too.
look.
I've
that
rust
sucked.
is bad.
Well,
I
I
told
kept
them
rubbing it, thinking something was in my eye, so I kept rubbing it and trying to pick it out.
Oh,
And what they couldn't wash out was in my eye, so they had to go in and put the shit out of
pick
my
it out.
eye.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
I told them when I got
That's why for
through
a
at the
couple of days on my
hospital.
live streams, I had sunglasses on.
I told them when I actually left the emergency room after having my eyes washed out, I said I was more traumatized here than I was
in the
with the
incident.
glass
Yeah.
in my eyes.
Yep. Yep.
That was
And
freaking
both
crazy.
situations felt like I face planted in the beach and had sand
Yeah.
in my eyes. I mean, it was like for at least 2 weeks after. It just
That's
felt
when I
like
got
it was
more.
dirty.
to lower this front end a little more. I think I'm gonna cut a little bit of the top of the tire out because you won't ever see it,
Cute.
which
Yeah.
would lower it up a lot more. Because the front end's still sitting kind of like this. I want to sit like that.
Little tiny bit, yeah.
A little bit.
C17 Global Master is the one I got.
Measure twice, cut once. Go for it.
Yep. I'm just gonna sand a little bit off it for now before I cut it.
That's the biggest cargo plane the U.S. has is the C-17 Globemaster.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those pudgy little, when they squish them down to
That one's gonna look cool. That's why I wanted that one, is just because of the way it looks. It's just a little short, fat, chubby thing. Looks cool. I guess I'm gonna go to Ming.com and see what else they got.
Right.
I don't
There's a
have
couple different brands out there that make
That's
those.
probably the main key to have. Oh my God. I probably fell asleep at work today 12 times. I don't know if you call it falling asleep. I just blinked. And
You blinked and it was 3 hours later.
I blinked and I went, oh shit. Yeah. No, not that long, but you know, I knew better because the big boss was there. They've got on to him and told him that he now has to be at work all week, and he lives 2 hours from our job. Yeah. So everybody else comes to work 5 days a week. He comes to work 3 days a week. Now he's coming 5 days a week.
Well, ain't he fucking special?
Well, that's a leftover from the pandemic.
That's what happens when you are the boss.
I hate when I stream to my channel and everybody starts talking like they're talking to us. They don't make the connection that you have to physically be in this chat. So I posted the link over on my channel and it showed up in the chat. Now, if he follows my lead, we could have a big Charlie showing up any minute.
It's just, I don't know. I'm so damn tired. I don't know what to do. Probably call go to bed, right?
Yeah, that might work.
Nah, build a model.
No, that I'll go in there and get to bed and I won't fall asleep for another hour.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's like I ran a straight 12 hours today and I couldn't lay down and sleep right now if I wanted to.
Lower it.
Trying to freaking wind down is what is hard to do. But then having drivers text you at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning because I got a headlight out on my truck. Don't
really
freaking call me and don't text me. Call breakdown.
Go fix the fucker.
No, there's a department for that, and he ain't it.
Yeah, but the thing is that our damn breakdown ain't been answering the phone either.
That's bullshit right there. That's a safety thing there.
They wanted the job. We're gonna do all the maintenance and take care of all the maintenance, but we don't want to answer the phone. So how are you gonna do the maintenance on everything? Jesus Christ.
That's asinine.
Yeah. Bunch of freaking idiots. I'm so pissed off with them. I'm so pissed off with them because of what they're doing now. It just ain't funny. I gotta get an approval before I can send a truck to the shop. I'm going. Okay, so if I've got a truck sitting on the side of the road, I got to call you and let you send the damn wrecker after it. And then you going to get some Joe Blow that we don't have an account with. It's going to charge us, 3 different prices. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want to bitch, whoa, y'all spending too much money on maintenance. Well, guess what? I guarantee you one thing.
Right?
I got freaking trucks running I got a truck right now that's sitting at Peterbilt in Mobile that was ready. Today's Thursday. It was ready yesterday to pick up, and it's still sitting at Peterbilt because they ain't paid the bill.
Wow.
It'll be
That literally is
it'll be next
two
week.
clicks on a computer screen.
It'll be next week. No, because they don't want to set up a damn account at Peterbilt, and that's who they want to use.
God.
Well, we want to use the factory. Well,
Oh.
and you know what? They're in California, so they go.
Oh.
Well, we already have an account with Peterbilt. Yeah, you have an account with Peterbilt in California. You don't have an account with Rush, which is a franchise. You don't have an account with them. You have an account with Joe Blow Peterbilt in California. So when you leave Mobile, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, which all have Rush truck centers in them, and you go to Birmingham, Alabama, it's called Fitzgerald Peterbilt.
Separate franchise.
Then you have to have an account set up with Fitzgerald Peterbilt. It's stupid, but it is what it is. So, I need to, Boston. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, I blinked today 2 or 3 times, and I know I was probably sitting there for 5-10 minutes with my eyes closed. So, just issues with people at work because they want to come to work at 1-2 o'clock in the morning and wake everybody else's ass up because they got a headlight out on a truck. I'm going, really? Go to the truck stop and buy a damn headlight, put it in the damn truck, and get reimbursed for it. Guess what? Simple.
Very.
Some people, I tell you.
But then again, it's just like I told you, Marcy. It's called steering wheel holders.
Yep. They come in all shapes, sizes, and levels of stupidity.
You know it.
And it don't matter what they're driving.
Yeah, it's like I was telling earlier. I got one he's actually got 9 years of driving over the road. I've got almost 23 when I give my truck up, when I actually sold it. And he tells me, I can outdrive you any day. I said,
The freckles on my ass cheek can outdrive them.
whenever you think that you can outdrive me, set up whatever the hell you want to set up, and I grant you, I will put you to shame. And I'm not bragging.
And you won't
I'm just
even get the truck
I
dirty.
will show you how to do it. There's one thing. Look, there's one thing.
Driving, that's for sure.
There's one thing that, and all I did was did what I was supposed to when I went to college. I actually went to college for truck driving. And when I went to college, all of the instructors at that school that knew of me, the rumor got around and I kept hearing it, and they go, he's going to make somebody a good driver. Is what it is.
Yeah, my dad did it.
I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm telling you, I do what I do.
Good at it, you're good at it, man. You put your heart into it, and you love doing it.
So, yeah, I mean, I kind of hate I sold my damn truck, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go back and get another one, but it just means I need to be out on the road making better money than what I'm making now, because I took a pay cut just to get out of it. But
sometimes it's worth it. You need time to yourself. You bust your ass.
I need to be home. I do. I need to be home, and that's why I did it. So, I mean, there ain't nobody here but me, 2 dogs, and one of them slithering, reptiles.
A nope rope.
Yeah. But I'm just kind of over it. Been doing it since '99,
Yeah,
so,
it's a long time.
Still not really out of it, because I'm doing logistics work with trucks, and I still am considered a driver, and I still have a CDL. I can still drive. I just keep the license and keep up the,
Mhm.
you know, the DOT
Do
field
everything
and
you
all
gotta
that
do.
kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Because I mean, you know, you might change your mind. Something good might come up. You might take it and run with it. So keep it.
Yeah.
You
I
work
know.
hard for it your whole life. There ain't no giving that part of it up.
Well, I mean, I don't know, probably the last 5 years, I've spent a lot of time trying to get to where I'm at right now because they're actually my job title where I'm at is I'm actually the warehouse on paper. I'm the warehouse supervisor, but I am actually the warehouse manager. So
Mhm.
I'm actually the boss over the warehouse and stuff. So, but just you know, you just get to the point that you get tired, just like today, Marcy.
Mhm.
All the shit that you went through today with big trucks.
Yeah, just
Even
slightly
the
over
guys,
200 miles
even
worth. Just like
even the
crazy.
guys like me that's out on the road that's still driving a truck, and you have to put up with that bullshit of other drivers just being stupid. So you know, it is what it is. But just time to lay it aside. You know, I mean,
Yep.
it is what it is. I mean, if I like you say, if I wanted to go back to it, I could, because I still got the CDL. But I mean, I choose not to do it.
Yeah. And having, as long as you're doing okay and you have what you need,
Yep.
you know, it's a wise
That's
choice.
it.
You need to take some time for yourself and just be you.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing now is doing me instead of trying to do other people. So it is what it is. Nothing
I
like
got 6
not,
more years to think about it
yeah.
before it comes time that I can. But I don't know. Looking to make some changes, and today was one of those changes. I was able to find um, a place that could take my bird, and that's where I
Yeah.
went today. I took him to the Birds and Beaks Sanctuary. He is
No
going to
more
be
fried
with a
chicken?
bunch of other birds. Nope, no more chicken. He's going to get rehomed. In all honesty, the lady who runs the sanctuary loves green-winged macaws, so I have a feeling she might keep him, which is great. I don't. It doesn't bother me that she would keep him because she truly loves all animals. I mean, she rescued 2 dogs that the lady was just going to go ahead and put down because they had epilepsy.
Yeah.
And so the lady actually took them to the pound and dropped them at the pound, and she wouldn't pick them up from the pound. And they're scared to death now of people.
Yeah.
What's
But
up,
they
Ed?
love her. She saved them, and they love her.
Hey, Ed. Got room if you want to come in.
And, but yeah, it just,
What is ELH's name?
that's Ed.
Ed.
That's the other sleepy guy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I now it dawned on me. I'm going, ooh, the ELH. That's Ed.
My other sleeper.
Sorry about that,
That's
Ed.
our other sleeper.
I guess I'm
But
a little
yeah,
tired. I'm a little tired.
the minute I took the cover off his travel carrier, he looked around at everything in the side of the shop where he has to be quarantined for a couple of weeks before he gets put in with the other birds.
Yep.
And he looked around, he saw all the stuff, he saw the dogs, and he goes, "Ooh, hi, grr," because he can't say dog and he doesn't know their names, so they're grr.
Yeah.
And she flipped out. She goes, "Did he just call the dogs grr?" I'm like, "That's the sound they make, and that's what he associates it with." Just like the time I
Yeah.
told you when my son's girlfriend first brought her little dog here. I carried him
Yeah.
over to the cage, and Bird just kind of studied him a second and went grr, like it was a question. I'm like, "Yeah, it's a baby grr." So he recognizes other animals for what they are.
Yeah.
And her son, he's like 17, 18 years old, walked up and started talking to Cayenne, and Cayenne kind of looked at him and got out of his carrier and stood on top of it and looked at him some more. And then all of a sudden started bobbing his head up and down like he was going to regurgitate food.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, guess what? You got yourself a bird. He really likes you. He goes,
Yeah.
He's like, what? I'm like, that's regurgitation. You're about to see his breakfast. I suggest you duck.
Mhm.
And I told my Cayenne, I said, no barf. And he goes, ah. It's like, I can't feed him. I like him. I can't share. But yeah, he, I helped her set up his cage and showed her all the things. And I took a big old crate of stuff, and I also made a donation so that she wouldn't be put out, like, adding another animal right away. And so,
Bob is in the back
we'll either find
backstage.
him a home or end up keeping him.
I know you're busy. I was sitting there watching you, but he just said he sent a message. He's backstage.
He was down below the screen.
What's up, Ed?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Hey.
You sound like I'm feeling tired.
Yeah. Well, I had 2 deliveries today with the catering company I work for. Both were boxed lunches. The first one, it was easy. It was just a 10-piece box lunch. Granted, it was a 40-mile round trip to take it where it was going and whatnot. But that was easy. I ran up to the Halliburton corporate campus, dropped it off, set it up, got back here to the shop, and took care of the paperwork on my end of that once I got done with that. But my second one was 26 box lunches for one of the various MD Anderson locations here in town. And with that one, the lids that went on the boxes did not want to close or stay closed. And then the contact for the order wasn't even on site. Apparently she's a morning shift person, and
so she ordered everybody dinner and fucked off.
For an employee appreciation night type thing.
Yeah,
ordered dinner for the night shift, and absolutely nobody on site knew anything about it. And because she was a morning shift person, she wasn't in her office to be able to answer her phone. And
wow.
Yeah, it was a pain.
It sounds like the shit they do over at my work. They cater stuff once in a while. Every couple of weeks, they have some kind of something upstairs in the break room. We come in and
I was cussing.
Third shift comes in, there's a stack of steaming hot pizzas. I'm like, hell yeah. And then the boss makes apple cobbler and brownies and cookies.
And I did not enjoy that last one.
Yeah, if we didn't have an accident.
One thing I can't stand is inefficiency.
This or 60 days, you got that, or 90 days, you got that. Yeah, bonuses, food bonuses in the break room.
And T2, it sounded like you were talking about Houston traffic when I first got in.
It's the same.
Oh, believe me, I have been in Houston traffic, brother. There's nothing like being headed towards LA on 6 and 7 lanes, headed actually westbound into LA, and every damn lane and packed, just sitting still.
Wall to wall cars and trucks. Yep.
Well, it's like I said, Houston traffic is not the absolute worst traffic that I've ever encountered. Because, I mean, like I say, my father was Navy when I was growing up. I enlisted in the Navy after I graduated. So I've been East Coast to West Coast, Canadian border, Mexican border, South Europe, North Africa, Saudi, and Kuwait. I've done a little bit of traveling. I've seen a few spots in the world, and I've had quite a bit of exposure to various traffic patterns and conditions and whatnot. And no, Houston traffic is not the worst traffic that I've ever encountered. Houston drivers, however,
all the worst,
have got to be the most beyond moronic imbeciles behind the wheels of their cars. And I don't know what it is, because when you're in a store or anywhere and everywhere other than on the road, Houstonians are actually very intelligent individuals for the most part.
Yeah, give them something with keys and wheels and the rain falls off their ear.
But as soon as they get behind the wheel of their car, Wow. I have no words for how beyond moronic they become.
Well, I have a question. How many times have you ever been to Atlanta around midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to actually go around the racetrack?
Honest answer?
You know what the racetrack is, right?
No, actually, I don't.
285 around Atlanta.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say the
That's the
roundabout.
racetrack.
That's like the lodge here.
Yeah, that's the racetrack, buddy.
Right.
It,
From Dallas to Fort Worth. That's
people be running over 100 miles an hour around that
Yep.
freaking 285 at night.
Zigzag at night, daytime too.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with what time of day it is.
Now, the thing is that that's a city that never sleeps because the traffic never goes away on 285. And yes, that's why it's been on the national news that Atlanta can't afford to fix their retaining walls on the north, south, east, and west sides of the interstate because there's traffic on those roads all the time.
Constantly.
I don't care what time.
That's
I don't care
bad.
what time of the day it is.
Well, it's like just a couple of blocks south of where I live is Interstate 69 / State Highway 59.
Mhm.
And I'll step outside on the back porch to have a cigarette at 2 and 3 in the morning, and you can hear the crotch rockets. Wee, wee.
Yep.
And I'm like, you stupid morons.
Yep.
Yep. I hear that all night here because I'm just off of 23.
Never go to bed. We had when I first started driving, and I don't know exactly which year it was. This guy was there. I started in '99, and we had a 21-year-old guy that was actually over dispatch and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly what his job title was, but he was one of those freaking idiots that got out in the middle of the night. And then we're talking about in Dallas. Our terminal was in Lancaster, Texas. Okay. And he would get out on, he drove a crotch rocket at night. So he would get out, and you know what they do in Houston. They ride the back tires and all that stuff.
They do all that crap here too, and if they don't end up smacked into the wall, they get chased down by the cops.
Me and him kind of didn't get along real well. He called me on the phone and told me, "You're going to do this and you're going to do that." And I said, "Let me tell you a little secret, buddy." I said, "You're not my freaking boss, and I don't have to do what you say." "Well, you know I can have you fired for insubordination." I said, "No, you can't." So, but anyway,
wow.
He was always talking shit to everybody, and they had like drivers in I can't even think of the damn town now. It was in Mississippi. We had a yard there. But anyway, it was like driver appreciation, and there was a few people from the office out of Dallas and all that were down there in Mississippi and everything, and greeting, driver and everything. And he was there, and I actually, kind of held my tongue talking to him and all this, and they started talking about what they did at night. They'd get on the bikes and they'd go out and be running 100 mile an hour on the interstates and all that stuff. And next thing I know is they telling, word got around that he had died now, 21, 22 years old, because he went to get off on a clover leaf. Okay. Get off on a clover leaf and was running too fast and used that clover leaf as pretty much a ramp. And when he went off the side of it, it projected him probably 100 feet in the air, killed him when he landed.
I believe it.
But I mean, people talk shit and everything like that. And then the next thing you know, karma bites you in the ass. So yeah. But
it's like,
I mean, he wasn't really a bad guy. He was just a business guy. He's the company. So
Yeah. That's like
Down the rock.
when I go outside and I hear them crotch rockets running back and forth on Interstate 69, it sounds like they're going one exit further north on 69 north from the one I would take to get home.
Mhm.
And then they're making that turnaround, getting back on 69 south and going
Moving back.
5 exits down 69 south, getting back off, turning back around and coming back up 69 north and just making that little circuit right there and just kicking them wide open and keeping them there and running 150, 200 mile an hour because you know them crotch rockets will do it.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yep.
having
See-
been on that
Yeah,
highway,
you hear the
night,
vroom, 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 vroom,
Yeah.
and then you hear woo.
Yeah.
you know, having been on that highway, even at that time of night, it's still busy enough that trying to ride
Dangerous no matter when you do it.
goddamn fast, that's just sheer morality. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy driving fast. I truly do. I mean, I'll run 85 and 90 mile an hour down the highway all day, every day.
Same.
But I also have enough experience at it. I mean, I got started with drag racing when I was 9 years old. So, you know, I'm not anywhere near as bad a driver as these idiots are. And so, yeah, I'll run 85, 90 mile an hour down the highway, but only when weather and traffic conditions allow for it.
Yep. I'll be the first one to say I drive like an asshole. I drive like I got Frankenstein's boots on.
Right? Oh, I'm an asshole too.
That
Now,
good looking motor there, Red.
To the big trucks, I am polite and I am courteous. And if I'm driving down the road and one's coming up on either side of me and he's got his turn signal on and he's needing to get over and he's kind of up even with me, I will slow down, get behind him, flash my high beams at him, let him over.
Same.
Only in big
There's
rigs.
not enough left to donate, Chuck.
But only for the big rigs. When it comes to the little four-wheelers, little pickup trucks and sedans and whatnot, yeah, no. Especially like here on Interstate 69. If I get on at this exit right next to my house and head down 69 South towards Loop 610, for
Off
Loop
to a good
610, the
start,
very
Red.
far right-hand lane is to go to 610 North, while the next 2 lanes over are for 610 South. And never fails, somebody will ride that middle 610 lane that's supposed to be for 610 South and wait until right at the last possible second to squeeze their way over into the 610 North exit.
There
You'd
you
think it
go.
was Boston, the way some of them drive.
Well, that road there that you're talking about, 69, was a pretty common trip for me back when I was running company with what used to be American Eagle years ago. Because we went down, I don't know, it was about 20, 30 miles south of where the 610 came by. There's a cabinet company out there just off of 69. That's where we picked up a lot of cabinets and stuff down there. So
you were heading out Victoria way.
Yep.
Out down toward Victoria.
Yep. Yeah, we'd go down there and pick up cabinets and stuff, carry them up to Colorado, and they put them in the high-rise apartment buildings and motels and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You're in love.
And I'm the kind of asshole driver that when I'm in that far right-hand lane to go from 69 South to 610 North, I will stay on the ass of the person in front of me. And you are not going to squeeze between me and the car in front of me. It ain't happening.
It all depends. It all depends on whether you get that bigger asshole than you are that tries to take your front right fender off.
And in that case, I'm laying on my horn.
They don't give a shit. I had one do the same thing to me the other day. I was getting off and was in the left lane, was going to move over to the right lane. And a guy come up in a pickup truck, and there was a pickup truck in the right lane just ahead of me. And he tried to squeeze in, and I'm telling you, wasn't 2 foot between his truck and my bumper.
Yeah.
And I laid on the horn. He stuck his hand out the window, flipping the bird. I just stayed right on his ass, and he kept saying, "Come on, come on." Turned the blinker on, trying to get him to get off the road. He wouldn't. He ain't gonna get off the road.
No. Because he knows he fucked up, and he knows he was in the wrong, and he knows you're gonna lay into him.
He just don't know what would happen to him if he pulled off the road. So
He was having second thoughts about his
I would have permanent residency. Okay, wouldn't have to worry about it no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
What it is. I hate shitheads like that. I really do. I mean,
yeah.
They're in a hurry to get somewhere, and then when they get in front of you, they want to slow down and just taunt the hell out of you.
Yep. They make tickets for that now.
Go around them, they move over in front of you. I had them do that to me in the truck all the time, and
they make fines for that nowadays.
Pull off the side of the road and let shit go. Had one time, he pulled off an exit, and I pulled off behind it. He went down the exit, and I pulled off on the emergency lane on the exit, and he come walking back up the hill. I called the cops on him.
All balls, no brains.
He come walking back up the damn ramp, and I just called the cops on him. I said, "Y'all better get here quick." I said, because he's going to be in bad trouble when he gets to this truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said, you should have told him. Just go ahead and send an ambulance, because he's going to need it when he gets to this truck.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. Just a bunch of damn dumbasses out there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of cops, today here in Houston, they must have been getting their quota today or something. Because
they're trying to get it around here. I know.
Well,
on that
usually the first 10 days of the month, they're trying to make quota so they can.
They have
the rest of the month.
Yeah, but they have a national check going on all over the United States. I don't remember if it's from the 10th to the 14th or something like that. It's supposed to be today, tomorrow, and I think Saturday. It's like a national enforcement day where they're pulling a bunch of people over.
Yeah, because
on
my way up to Halliburton,
yeah, it was
that had been pulled over.
Yeah, we have shit that comes to our emails and shit and tells us about the national check days, when they checking 18-wheelers, gonna pull them over and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, no, this was four-wheelers like me.
I know, but they do it to everybody.
And like I say, I saw 12 of them pulled over by police. I watched 3 of those 12 getting pulled over, and it was the local yokel, the county mountie, and the state bears. It was a mix of them all.
Yeah.
And then
I've got to give them all something to do during the day.
They were out to make money is what they were doing.
And then on my way back to the shop from Halliburton, I saw 5 more pulled over, 2 of whom right there on 69 South, right across from the Minute Maid Stadium for the Houston Astros.
Mm-hmm.
There was one pulled over. He had a Ghost Mart HPD car behind him with all his lights.
I hate those fuckers. They sneak right
Right.
up on you.
And
Ghost Mart.
150, 200 feet off of that civilian's front bumper was an HPD SUV, had somebody else pulled over. I'm like, holy shit, y'all getting y'all's money today.
Did somebody yell donuts or something?
Right?
I got an idea from
They don't have enough time to do all that shit here because there's too many people killing each other every day here in Mobile. So they always tied up at murder scenes and somebody got shot or drive-bys, or it's not a day goes by that somebody's not getting killed here. So
Yeah.
in and out the population. We don't have to have COVID here. We just They just kill each other here.
No,
Right?
same thing happens here too. And,
All right, we'll
know,
see you later.
the virus helps.
You want to throw me up again, Bob?
Yeah.
See you,
I
Ryan.
want your opinion. Well, I got the stance. The front end finally low enough.
Yeah,
So, that's better.
a little bit of a
And
tilt.
then
That's better.
this kit comes with that stupid looking TA hood scoop, and I don't like it. So instead of the scoop,
Oh,
I'm gonna have
shaker?
that big Viper motor popping out of that.
Sticking out the hole. Yep.
You can
That
look
works.
down, you can see where it says Viper.
Just build you a cow hood and put the cow hood on it.
I'm gonna leave it open, so when you come up, all you're gonna see is that Viper.
I put a
Frickin'
clear
can.
piece of styrene in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Like a
get you some acrylic or some Lexan or something and stick up in there.
Yeah, something like that's what I was thinking. Something
So
like
you can
that.
see it. Yeah, it'll keep the dust out of it too.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that's
going
true.
Good Lord, there's some fat ass tires back there in the back, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see them. These are
He's
die cast.
got die cast wheels under it. Now
Yeah,
you need to do. Now
pretty
you need to
cool.
do, Jimmy, is find you some medicine bottles that'll actually cover those wheels and paint them.
Oh yeah, you can see how big the fuckers are.
Gee.
Yeah, they are ginormous.
I need to figure out something back there, cause
That's what I'm saying. Get you
Make a
find you
custom
some find you some of those orange colored medicine bottles, and that'll fit over them and not touch them.
Yep.
And cut your whales out, and then glue them in back there.
yep, because I got 2 nitrous bottles that are going in the back too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it the best look like this car I seen online. It was a 1200 horsepower 70 Challenger. And it had airbags, 24s on it with airbags, and the frickin' frame was touching the ground. But once the frame lifted up and you hit the gas, you had 1200 horsepower to the rear wheel.
Right. Sounds like a Joe Rogan Challenger.
Right.
They
He might
built.
have been the
They
one that
built.
bought it. It was
Yeah, they built. Who was it that done that? Was it Foose or was it Boyd? Somebody built him a damn car. They went and found the damn car out in the middle of the freaking desert, and then built the car and put a freaking pro stock motor in it. That's what they had.
And it was I think it was a Nova.
No,
it may have been his
Challenger.
Challenger, because I know he's
Yep.
got a Nova that's freaking pushing
Challenger
1,000.
Challenger was silver. They painted it silver.
May have been him.
Yep.
Did
Joe
it
Rogan.
have kind of some orange-looking stripe around the wheel?
I think they did put some decal or some other paint on it. I can't remember, but I watched the show when they actually
that is the
unveiled it.
Challenger I'm building, because I seen a photo of it
Backed it out of the trailer and everything with a pro stock motor in it.
Yep, that's the freaking car I'm doing this off of then, because I seen some photos of it
I'm gonna see if I can find it right quick.
Yeah. These guys I like on YouTube, they do a lot of car shit. Autotopia, and that's all he does is review custom cars, and that's where I got his channels where I got the idea for the F-150 and the video he did about the Charger of this car. Right, where's my Exactometer?
I'm sorry, I told you it was a Challenger. They call it a Joe Rogan 750 horsepower 1970 Cooter.
Cooter, okay, I'm thinking.
As Jeff would say, Cooter. But it's silver. There's no decals on it.
Look up Autotopia LA 70 Challenger, and it should come up. It's also silver. It's got black rims, and the dish on the rim is orange.
Yeah, he actually changed it. He actually changed the wheels on it because they had one set, and then they put a set of black spoked wheels on it. It's they call it Joe Rogan Sick Fish 2.0. So I'm assuming that that's the second Challenger they did for him.
Yeah.
There is really not much you could do to that car to make me not like it. That's one of my favorite cars.
Yeah, this thing's gonna look badass when it's done. I'm doing it's like a charcoal gray. I'm gonna paint these rims black because I don't like the way they look chrome. I'm gonna paint them black, charcoal gray body, and I'm gonna do the interior black with red accents.
Yeah, that's gonna look.
And then the valve covers on the freaking Viper are gonna be the same color red. And I'll paint the motor an aluminum looking color. But yeah, this car's gonna look good when it's done.
That would definitely piss the pure soft reds.
What?
It's got a Mercury racing
silly.
engine in it.
Goldwing engine. That'd just be silly. No, I'm sure it makes somebody cry though.
I know it'd look really good. I got the Charger mocked up. Let's get the mock-up back. It's F-150. Let's put them next to each other. Let's see how this fucking shit show I've started is gonna look. No wheels.
So he also had a 70. He did have a 70 Cuda that was a convertible that sold for $3.5 million.
Whew.
Ouch.
I knew he had the convertible because that convertible Cuda.
Yeah. Well, it says on here let's see what it says. Let me see what it says here.
The convertible Cuda I had that I traded to
This old 71.
Mini Mike is what originally that car was going to be. I was going to do his car.
71.
But
barn find.
he had something I wanted and he didn't have the Cuda. So we did a little trade.
See.
But I got my man Debbie Hayes out.
Maybe. They don't really tell you. They just restored it. They was asking why that 71 Cuda was so rare. I guess just because it's convertible.
Why?
But I do know, and I don't know. I want to say this. We here in Mobile, and it's been a while back. Actually, one of my buddies that I went to school with caught wind of it. There was a barn find here in Mobile that was and I don't remember. Let me see if I can pull it up while I'm running my freaking mouth before I lie.
Wouldn't be a lie. It would
Barn
be
find
if you
in
can't remember.
Granbury, Alabama.
I got the Ford mocked up next to it. Oh my gosh. These are both badass.
I think you found your Modeling Jones there, Jimmy.
Barn find in
The
Granbury.
Slam truck and the
Superbird.
crazy Charger. Challenger.
Okay, so I ain't gonna read it, but I'm gonna tell you what it is because I couldn't remember exactly. It was a Superbird. It was found here in Mobile in a barn, and the guy that had it in the barn had took hay bales and put hay bales in the barn all up around it. You couldn't even see the car. So they went in there after they found out that the car was really rare. It was owned by, I can't remember exactly who it was owned by, but the original owner sold it to like an 18-year-old kid, and the kid painted it with spray cans.
Ooh.
And
Nothing that can't be fixed, but out.
A doctor in Florida bought the car at auction for over $1 million.
Wow.
And said in the article that they did with the doctor that he would not restore the car. He would leave it in the shape that it's in, running, and it's not rusted out or anything, but it's just, you know how a barn find can be multiple colors and it looked like hell. But there's videos of it on here, and it's probably YouTube. Some of them 10, some of them 17, 12, some of them 42 minutes. of the actual car when they got it out of the barn.
Oh my
But
God.
it was a Superbird that was
Oh,
found here. And the
fuck.
thing is, it was one of the rarest Superbirds because there was only 600 of them made. So
Oh my God. Spray painted it. What the fuck?
the whole front
Don't understand
clip
people
on
that
it was
do
painted
that.
one color, and the car was painted another color.
Oh,
I would have to make it right
I
by
guess.
having it painted my favorite color, and then I'd be happy with it.
Thank
If
you,
I'm gonna
Breaky
spend that
Heart.
kind of money, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money on a car, I'm gonna paint it whatever fucking color I want.
Right?
I can't remember. I
Exactly.
mean, I can't remember how many. It was a '69 Dodge. Well, I'm sorry, we're saying Superbird. It was a '69 Dodge Daytona. Is what it was.
Basically,
That'd be the only Dodge or
Let's
Mopar I would drive. That I
see,
would
69
love to
Dodge
own.
Daytona found
That and a
expected
Plymouth
to
Roadrunner 70.
I'm just gonna go in here to this article and I'm gonna read it to myself, but then I'll tell y'all what it kind of said in a
Right.
whole. I wish, Bob, do you think that you'll get a hit if I show you this? If I show this picture,
What?
do you think you'll get a hit if I show this picture? If you put me on the big screen,
No, no. They already told me I
I'm gonna
couldn't
try
monetize it.
to
Right?
show this to y'all, and this is what this car looked like in the freaking barn.
Oh.
He did not restore this car. Said he would not restore that car.
Why?
And that's
People
one
with
of the
that kind of
rarest.
money don't.
That's
People
one
that
of the
have, oh
rarest
my
cars
God.
that you'll ever find.
The
600 Dodge Daytona.
the one person who could afford to do it right, and he wouldn't redo it. Why?
So it was sold, and they was expecting it to fetch 6 digits at an auction in January of 2016 in Kissimmee, Florida. It doesn't look, hang on, Bob. It doesn't look so bad. That picture there that I showed you looked pretty bad. But this will, I don't know, it's not going to check the
No, it's
cow.
not technically a survivor red, but it'll eventually rot because it's not
Check
been taken care of.
check out the cow in the damn barn stall where the damn car's sitting.
You know what?
But he
Good
had
survivor.
he
It's
had
just
hay
gonna
bales
rot.
all up around it. He had hay bales all up around it where he was trying to keep the cows away from it. It's what he was trying to do. Wait a minute. Here you go. Y'all gonna like this. They took a lot of pictures of it. There's the motor.
Wow.
Oh.
Looks like the rats were living in it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
But I mean, it's and there's when they pulled it out with the Daytona still on the ass end. Hang on. With the Daytona still on the ass end of the car.
I would have to put it back to what it looks supposed to look like.
Yeah, I would
and
too.
drive
I mean,
it.
I'm not the biggest. Oh, and this was another thing. I said he sprayed
have
the
the
car
color
with spray
match, get
paint.
it painted.
This is what he did to it. You really need to go in and really read the article about it because it's crazy. The kid bought the car from this guy. The guy bought this car for his wife. She drove it very little because she didn't like the car. So he sold this
Something wrong with that
car.
woman.
He sold this car for some little chump change, something like $900. I can't remember exactly what the price was, but he sold it to the 19-year-old kid. And when it only had it, this is the mileage on the odometer. They took a picture of it. Only 20,553 miles on that car.
Oh my God.
When they
So they
parked it.
basically let a brand new car rot.
Well, no, I mean, it's not. I mean, if you really look at the pictures, the car is just covered in shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when they cleaned it up, No paint, no nothing. The car didn't look that bad. But this is what the kid did to it when he bought it.
Mm.
He painted flame.
Nope, you pulled something up.
He painted flames on the front fenders.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Eh.
18-year-old dumbass.
So, well, I mean, back then he didn't realize, what he had. So,
Fucking him.
How
But,
do you not know what you have? That's a beautiful car. You don't fuck it up by doing that.
but see, here's the front of it.
A set of Mickey Thompsons and some Kragers, I can understand.
I wasn't
The
that
flames.
fucking stupid when I was 18. Fucking hell.
It's but like I say, it's all it had moss. It had freaking moss growing on the wing, over the top of the wing.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there
A
so
little
long.
bit of moisture. The moss will grow anywhere.
So it was actually a 69 Dodge Charger Daytona is what it was.
But yeah, like what Boston said, 18 years old, he fucks up the paint job, and why did it get parked? Did he go to the service and end up not coming home, or what happened to the kid who bought it?
I don't know. I haven't read the article completely through, but I mean, like I say, all you got to do,
as a
all you
tribute
got
to the person not touching it,
all you got to do is Google it and put on there barn find Grand Bay, Alabama, Dodge Daytona,
Well, I mean,
and
it's like
it'll pull it up, and the article is on here, and you can see it did not look that bad. One more picture, Bob. I'm sorry. It did not look that bad just sitting there. That's from the ass end of it.
if you could ignore the fucking shitty paint job on the front nose, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? The car does not look bad. It's not rusted out because it's been inside that pole barn for so long. So, but the car was in pretty damn good shape. The dash looked like shit, but they took pictures of it.
Rodents probably ate holes in the
That's
seat.
what color the Charger's on.
There's what the interior looked like.
Kind of see it. Charcoal. And then the interior is going two-tone with this red.
ooh, nice.
It's gonna look good. I'm proud of fuck of this car. This car looks so damn good.
Interior's rotted all to hell.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Somebody blew their ass out on that seat, it looks like.
Well, the thing is, as far as to only have 20,000 miles on it, it looked like it'd been rode and put up wet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been in it for 20 years, 30 years.
Well, it's like back when I was 15, I was still there in Oklahoma, and every Wednesday I would go to the convenience store just a couple of streets over and one block, couple of blocks down and one block over from where I lived, and get the absolute first morning copy of the local newspaper for the week that had the fresh restarted classifieds for the week. And I would go to the for sale and I would look through and see what kind of cars were for sale that week. And this one particular day, I get that paper and I'm looking through it, and I see a 66 Chevelle Malibu SS listed for $500.
I wish I could buy one.
And I'm thinking, what the hell? $500? This car's got to be one hell of a ragged piece of shit.
Doesn't hurt to look.
I borrowed a friend's pickup and a friend's trailer, and I go to the address on the ad, and I'm looking at this car, and it's in damn near to mint condition. Apparently what it was is this was the guy's daily driver, and he'd had a family emergency come up where he needed to get to Arizona quick like and in a hurry, and he needed some emergency cash, and the only thing he could figure to do was to go ahead and sell his daily driver.
Yeah.
And I'm just about to start shelling out the cash for this car when I happen to look up into his garage and I see something under a car cover. And I'm pulling out my wallet I'm reaching for my wallet, and I say, "So, what's up there in the garage?" He's like, "Oh, just an old Camaro." And I'm like, "Old Camaro?
What?
Mind if I go take a look real quick?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, I bought the car back in 1969, and I drove it home from Tulsa here to Lawton, and I drove around for a couple months, and then I just decided I didn't really much like the way it rode or anything like that, so I just parked it and covered it, and it's sat ever
Oh,
since."
you mutt. Mm.
And I could already tell that it was a first gen Camaro because of the shape under the car cover. Well, I get up to the car, I grab hold of the driver's side rear quarter panel of the car cover, and I start lifting it up, and it's that bright fucking canary yellow. And I'm like, "Oh no, no,
That's
no,
the car.
no.
You can
I
hear
cannot
that
be
car
this
coming. Yeah,
motherfucking lucky. This
you can
cannot
hear
be
that
what
color.
I'm hoping it is." Sure enough, I get that cover all the way up over to the trunk deck, and there's that black stripe going down the side with 3 little letters in it,
Take old Bumblebee.
SYC. This was a factory original, numbers matching 5,000 original miles on the odometer, 69 Yanko Super Coupe Camaro.
Oh my fucking god! I wish I could find something like that in a garage around here.
And I got to talking with the guy, and I says, "Well, I understand you needing some emergency cash to get out to Arizona for the
Just how
family,
much emergency cash? Yeah.
right?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And I said, "And when you get back, you still gonna need something to be able to drive when you get back home, right?" "Well, yeah, but I just kind of figured I'd cross that bridge when I got there." And I'm like, "Sir, the bridge got here. I'd rather buy this car right here than your daily driver." He says, well, okay, son. I mean, it don't start, it don't run. It's sat here since 1969, and I ain't started it since. And I'm like, "I don't care. I want this car."
Nothing a little TLC won't start that engine.
And he says, "Well, okay, I'll go ahead and sell this one to you. It's the same 500, okay?"
Oh my god!
Oh God!
I said, "Sir,
I'd have given him $1,000 and taken both.
you know," I was like, "Sir, I cannot, in good faith, pay what you're asking for this car. Please take 5,000. Take $1 per mile on the odometer, please." He's like, $5,000 for a car that don't run? And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah.
yes, sir.
Trust me, old man.
Sure.
Take the money."
Please."
Just take
He's
it.
like, "Well,
Just
okay,
take
here,
it.
let
Take
me sign the title before you
Take
change
it before I
your
change
mind,
my
young
mind."
man." He signed the title over to me, gave me the keys. I backed trailer up to it, winched it up on there, took it back to my shop. I dropped the tank, pulled the fuel lines, replaced the lines, flushed the tank, cleaned it out, pulled the carburetors off, rebuilt them, drained the oil, put a little bit of trans fluid down in the cylinder holes, put a breaker bar with a socket on the end of the crank, kind of rocked it back and forth a little bit, put the spark plugs, put brand new spark plugs in it, took the generator and the starter into Western Auto is what it was at the time. Had them checked. They were still perfectly good. No issues there. Took them back, put them back on the car, put a brand new battery in it, brand new belts, flushed out the radiator, flushed out the oil, put brand new oil in it, brand new radiator antifreeze in it, filled the gas tank up, primed the fuel pump on it with all brand new fuel lines, rebuilt carburetors, got in, stuck the key in it, kind of rubbed the dash a little bit. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Turned the key, and without having adjusted the timing at all, turned the key, and I was like, oh my. I drove that car like that for 3.5 months. And then I was like, all right, I got to do something with this car, especially considering at around that time, my next door neighbor comes pulling up in his pickup truck one day and says, hey, got something in the bed of the truck for you. So I go over and look, and it's an L71 aluminum 427 big block V8. The exact same engine as what was factory in that Yanko. And I was like, ooh, I can play with this one. So I took the original sheet metal hood off, hung it on the wall of my shop. Got a 69Z28 hood that are a dime a dozen. Put that on the car so I could cut it up and mess it up and not worry about messing up and ruining the original sheet metal, because I knew what I had. And I knew if I ever wanted to do it back to original, I wanted to be able to have the original sheet metal to put back on it.
Yep.
Pulled the original engine and the original transmission out, put the engine on an engine stand, transmission on a trans rack, and I rebuilt the L71 that my neighbor brought to me. I bored that SOB 60 over. I put a blower on it. 54 barrel double pumpers, methanol heads, about 200 horsepower worth of nitrous. I bolted that up to a turbo 400 4-speed with a full manual automatic valve body. That was a fun car.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, that was a fun car. And nice thing about it, I still had the numbers matching factory original equipment. I could put it back to exact factory condition at any time I wanted.
You still got the car?
Nope. While I was in the Navy, the shop that I was storing it in got broke into and everything got stole, including the bolted to the floor lifts.
Sounds like an inside job.
Yeah, I know exactly who did it. I just can't prove that they did it, and therefore I can't take them to court over it.
Well, there's always hillbilly justice.
Oh yeah. Between that, or I could call up my grandmama's family and call in a few favors.
Like I said, hillbilly justice. Doesn't matter what
I got a
family
couple
you
family
call.
members I can call and get some of them too.
I mean, granted, I'd have to wind up owing a few favors in return for that, and I really don't want to. That's why I haven't. But when you're tied to the Sicilian Savante family, it don't take much to make a few calls.
You know what you need to do? You need to find an old freaking 80s bodies Chevy truck, drop that big ass motor in it, make a drag truck.
Oh, I've done that one too.
That motor needs to go in something.
Well, my factory original L71, that was sitting on a motor stand. That it was one of those motor stands where you could start it up and it was a test run stand. And once a week, I'd hook a fuel line up to it, hook a battery up to it, and I'd start that engine up and let it run for about 15 minutes. And then I'd shut it down, take the fuel line off and all that, cover it back up. Well, after it cooled down.
Yeah.
But I kept that engine in good running condition. And then I enlisted in the Navy, and I left the area of where I was, and my shop that I'd had that plus a few others, 3 floor lifts, 3 2-post floor lifts that were bolted to the floor, couple of tool chests, roll cab tool chests and whatnot that were completely stocked. I had damn near to any and every tool you could think of. If it was an automotive, like hot rod customizing type job, I had the tools to do the work. And when they got done cleaning it out, it was literally a shell. It was literally just the floor, walls, and ceiling. That was it. With nothing left. They took my air compressors, my floor lifts, the cars, the tools, absolutely everything.
Like that.
And like I say, I know exactly who did it. I just ain't got the proof to take them to court. But from what I understand, the people that
You
did
have
this,
the documents to prove you own the vehicle and they're in possession of the vehicle. That should have been enough.
well, see, all the vehicles, all 12 of them that were in that shop got cut up and got sent to chop shops and cut up and scrapped out and all that.
Wow.
Yeah. But from what I understand, the guys that did this about 5-6 years later had one hell of a run of bad luck. Karma's a bitch. I didn't have to do a damn thing. Karma's
Yeah.
a bitch.
Hopefully they ended up in jail with a big old boyfriend named Bubba.
2 of them wound up dead.
Close enough.
Well, they tried to rob the wrong motherfucker.
Right? And thing is I didn't do a damn thing. Their winding up dead was they got drunk and were playing around with one of their own hot rods and wrapped it around a telephone pole.
Yeah. Out doing
And
street art.
they were basically just greasy smears.
Like I said, out doing street art.
So, you know, like I say, karma's a bitch. You out there doing fucked up shit and leading a shitty life.
No, I would have made that right myself. I wouldn't have been able to let that one fly.
Well,
Try to re-enter, Terry. You had like 3 of them up there. None of them are working.
yeah.
I
Well,
kicked
my
them
thing
all out.
is
Start again.
negative karma being the one to dish out a person's negative karma reward is still going to reflect negative karma back on me to begin with.
No, it isn't. Because it's justified. That's not how karma works.
So it's still putting negative energy into the world and negative energy out.
No, it's removing negative energy from the world.
Eh,
It's justified.
I'd still rather not.
If it was unjust, what they did was unjust. The repercussions would not be unjust.
Oh my God, I got this motor fitting.
I'd make it right,
like a
but not unjust.
All right, let me go paint this yacht. Look at my board.
So, yeah, it sucks. I really miss that car because that car was fun. But that's like one of my other
The only
hot
thing
rods.
I would have changed none of this the color. I like the taxi cab yellow on plastic cars, not on real cars. It's too taxi cab-ish, you know?
Yeah, I did not like the color, and I'm sorry.
Yellow's just
That
it's
bright
a
canary
yellow.
yellow.
Love it or hate it.
Just I don't
Like
care
I said,
for
on plastic
yellow
all
on a
day
car.
long, but on a real car, no.
I don't even like it on a
Even
plastic
then,
car.
this would be the only car I got that looked good yeller. And it's got to be a right kind of yeller.
Yes, a particular kind of yellow.
Like the Camaro I did upstairs, my very first Pro Street.
Mm,
I fucking hate that thing because I painted it yellow and I cannot stand that car.
yeah.
And I always get compliments for it because for my very first Pro Street job, it looks good. I
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
stand that goddamn car.
You can always strip it and put a different color on it.
True.
At that point, I'm just gonna I'll rob the 572 motor out of it and shove it in something else and set the Camaro back in a box somewhere. At that point, because
Well,
looks like
I've done 4 yellow cars in the last year, so I can't talk.
they gotta be
Yeah, I
the
was
right
gonna
kind of yellow.
say your
I
yellow
use
though is the right yellow.
Sun-kissed yellow.
But
Let's see, motor's got to go silver. Aluminum, that's got to go aluminum.
it's like I'd had a
Paint these wheels
Got more
black.
yellow cars than I do black ones.
I'd had a 75 Chevy Scottsdale stepside that had a blown nitrous injected 454 big block in it, and I'd let a buddy of mine borrow it for a while, and then he brought it back to me on a Friday night right before I was due to be taking it to the portion of Gore Boulevard there in Lawton, Oklahoma, where we would street race, because in most locations street racing's illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're in Lawton, Oklahoma on Friday night.
They let you do it so they have less trouble. Yep.
Well, not only that, the Lawton,
Used to be
Oklahoma
like that in my
chief
old
of
neighborhood,
police,
but now if you sneeze the wrong way, they freaking pull you over.
the chief of police had a hot rod, and he liked it.
Yep.
So every Friday night, he'd have two cruisers pull out crossways to traffic with their lights on,
Yep.
at
And
one
block
end
it
of
so
Gore
you could play.
Boulevard. And then he'd have two more cruisers pull out crossways to traffic on the other end with their lights on. We'd make 3-4 passes. The cruisers would back up, let traffic go through. They'd pull back out. We'd make 3-4 more passes. They'd back up, let some traffic go through. Kept everything fun, safe, and everybody had a good time.
Everybody had a good time. Nobody died. Nobody got in trouble.
Exactly. So I took my Scottsdale out to the street race one night. My buddy had borrowed it for the week. He brought it back to me early that Friday afternoon, and I didn't bother checking nothing on it.
Mm.
And I take it out to the race, to the street race, and I'm running it full out. I took the exhaust. I didn't just uncork the headers. I took the exhaust pipes off the truck, running open headers. And my third run down the street, I noticed my engine wasn't quite sounding right. It was making a little bit of some funny noise. And I'm like, yeah, that's not good. This is not going to end up in a good night. Between the blower and the 500 horsepower with a nitrous injection I'm running per pass, this is not going to wind up as a good night. It didn't. My fifth pass down the street, engine went kablooey.
Mm.
And I still have a scar right here on the very high part of my left thigh. Like when I'm sitting here,
Real close.
it's basically like an inch.
An inch from changing your voice by a few octaves. Yeah.
Well, you know how the bend in your legs when you sit down, that crease that forms when your legs bend, it's an inch below that, dead center of my thigh.
Like I said, almost made your voice a couple octaves higher.
Yeah, that scar is literally right here. I'm running my finger over the scar on the outside of my jeans right now. And
Morning,
that
Richard.
scar was caused by a piece of connecting rod that came through the block, through the bell housing, through the firewall, through my jeans, and lodged into the rear bulkhead of the cab.
So you got shot, almost got shot in the crotch by your car.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Richard.
That's fucked up.
And the worst of it was, I was more pissed off about my jeans being ripped
Then you were the car,
my
yeah.
girlfriend and I were going out
Your
dancing
favorite
later
jeans,
that
yeah.
night
Yeah.
than I was the truck going kablooey.
Oh, I'd be mad about the jeans too, and mad about the truck tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll fix it. These are my jeans, man. These are my good jeans.
They were
Right?
good jeans. That and my girlfriend and I were going out dancing that night.
Yeah, you're all cleaned up. And,
Yeah, I was all cleaned up, clean shaved, dressed up real nice, pressed creased jeans, starched up shirt, shined up boots. You know, the whole I was
damn
looking
car
good.
hit
Oh, yeah.
all dirty.
I've been that dressed up before. I know.
And I had to go home and change my jeans. I was pissed. Wasn't worried about the truck. I'd done that. Was at that point that was my 8th nitrous injected engine that I'd had go kablooey on me. So that didn't bother me. Cared less about that. It was my jeans that I. But yeah, I mean, of all the various hot rods I've had, with all the various ones that were nitrous injected, I've blown up 13 nitrous injection engines.
After the second one, I'd have to quit. It's expensive.
Yeah. with the way some of them had gone kablooey, like
guess
that
somebody
truck
needs
engine,
to
for
stop me.
example.
I just painted my exhaust for my 37 Ford tinplate chrome metal.
Yeah.
Basically looks gold. So what's
Good.
the
Right here,
last
brother's doing good. I was starting to wonder.
With the way some of those engines have gone kablooey, like that particular truck engine that I just talked about, I'm extremely surprised that I'm still sitting here today. Because I've seen people not walk away from less spectacular explosions than some of the ones I've walked away from. So apparently someone somewhere still has use for me here.
Or you're just one lucky son of a bitch.
That too.
Oh, I know, Richard.
Yeah,
I was on
it's
my
an
day
old
off.
habit, Richard.
I always woke up early on that day I could sleep in.
Yep, same.
Richard must be in your stream, Marcy, because I don't see him over here on Bob's.
He might be. We're over at Bob's, Richard.
Yeah, he's on yours. I got the little circle next to it.
Yeah.
He's on your side.
There's the link. Come on over to Bob's so you can see the whole chat.
I haven't even paid
I
attention.
forgot I left the share tab open.
This thing doesn't taste very good.
Yeah, don't eat it.
Fucking A-Rap at the gas station lied to me. He said this was the best flavor. Whatever, I didn't have much cash, and it was the cheapest one I had.
Night, Bubba.
Otherwise, I would have went to my guys down the road a little farther and gotten a good one.
Great to hear, Richard. Appreciate you, brother.
There he is.
There we go.
Either.
Yeah, it's just I ain't seen her in a while, and I'm like, well, you know, she's been kind of MIA for a while. Just want to make sure she is all right.
Who, Britta?
Yeah, because she
was over on one dude's last night.
Yeah, because she's normally really good about being in the chat and communicating with people through chat, and I ain't seen her in a little while, so I'm like, well, kind of concerned about her a little bit, you know. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm gonna take like you guys said, the pill bottle for the tubs, but I'm not gonna make two separate tubs. I'm just gonna do one big one, and the whole back seat's
the whole back, yeah.
Fucking tub.
Yeah,
big fucking tub. Because otherwise, I don't feel like I'm not gonna. Because I was trying to use one of the Chevelle back things, and it'll work, but it didn't look right.
Yeah,
whole tub right there.
And just put some for sale sign, glue that in.
Yeah, that's what I
got
got
it all the way across. If you're just gonna make one giant tub all the way across, and just use some for sale sign.
Well, I got
the flexible plastic
evergreen
be
that
better.
my dad had bought me because I needed some shit made, as you can see, and he bought this for me.
Big.
Yeah, I've got a big sheet.
No, that looks like it's like super heavy. If you get the super
this stuff
thin,
is the
real
best stuff in the world for doing that.
It's a little thicker, but it's perfect width to make tonneau covers. This is what I made the tonneau cover for the Ford with.
Yeah, that's just the plastic.
Yeah.
Good job for sale sign.
These are like $4.
Flexible.
That's what the tonneau is on this.
Yeah. That truck turned out nice. I like that.
Dude, I'm not a Ford guy, and I'm in freaking love with this thing.
Yeah, this stuff-
Again, it's one of my favorite colors too. But if you use the for sale sign, it's super flexible.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
easy
I
to
need to get
cut
one.
and easy to shape the way you want it.
And the big
Next
ones
time
are
I'm down here at
Walmart,
a home,
Walmart
not
anyway.
even Home Depot, Walmart. I gotta go to
Yeah,
Walmart tomorrow.
going,
I'll get
yeah,
some.
you're going to
Yeah,
Walmart
just
to
get
buy
the-
some groceries and snacks
one
and
of the big
whatever.
ones.
Just pop over to their
I've been using this one for probably 5 years.
general merchandise area. They should have them super cheap.
Yeah. And
Or
I'm
you can hit the
thinking,
dollar store on the way back through town. A lot of times you can find them at the dollar store too.
I'm thinking of on this car, instead of putting a passenger seat in it, no passenger seat, just 2 fucking nitrous bottles right there next to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. If
You
you
can
fill in
you
the
can reach
back,
over, twist your knob, and all
yeah,
in.
fill in the back and put the cans in the other seat. Yeah, yeah. I can see that in my head. Yeah, I like that.
Like some of them Fast and Furious cars. None of them had passenger seats. Or if it
Right.
did, the fuckers would flip the seat up and need a
Strap
6
your
nitrous
passenger to
bottles.
the
on it.
hood, right? Use them as a battering ram.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back.
We'll be left front.
I did that today to my buddy at the party, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Hey, Theo.
Glad I left that party.
Yeah.
We were having a good time. A fucking bunch of granite shitty kids showed up and wanted to start fighting.
Ah,
I tapped my buddy. He's like, "Hey, I better leave before I go the fuck to jail." So I was like, "I'll be at my truck. If you want to ride home, let's fucking go." And he said, "Okay, give me a ride, because I'm right there with you."
yeah. I don't deal well with people being shitty and shit like that when everybody at a certain location is there and just chilling and having a good time and all feeling the same kind of vibe as one another and whatnot.
Oh, we're all good.
And then somebody else shows up and they start throwing some shitty fucking energy out and ruin it for everybody. Yeah, I ain't about to stick around for that because I'm in the same boat as you. I'm going to wind up going to jail.
Yeah. Well, we weren't even really. I mean, I quit smoking pot, so everybody was getting high, and I'm just like kind of sitting there vibing with everybody joking around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the driver, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to drink either. And freaking our one buddy showed up with his girlfriend, and her girlfriend brought a bunch of her friends from Granite Shitty, and they brought alcohol. They brought alcohol and were already fucked up when they got there, and they wanted to fight. That's why we don't go to Granite. We don't go to Granite parties, and if Granite kids are at the party, we leave because we will fight a motherfucker quick. Me and my friends. We're not going to stand there and get bitched out by someone or made to look like a bitch. We are going to stand our fucking ground.
Yeah. And as soon as I see somebody like that, I just soon turn around, walk away, and get the hell out of that situation and not even put myself at risk of getting locked up and going to jail over somebody else wanting to be a dumb shit.
I've done that before. I was actually at our homecoming thing at the high school. Me and my girlfriend at the time were there, and I said fuck it, and I sat out in the parking lot and I had a beer, so I was already feeling pretty good. We were in there just kind of partying around, messing around with everybody, kind of just chilling. And we're walking down to where the food is, and this dude walks by my girlfriend, and he yelled something, and I really didn't pay much attention. And then I heard a smack, and my girlfriend tapped me real hard. He just slapped my fucking ass, and it was fucking over with.
Yeah.
It was fucking over with.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I'm not allowed at school events anymore. Freaking.
I'm sorry. All right. Good night, Joe.
All my friends, they showed up the next morning, and of course I'm in trouble. I've got in-school suspension, everything.
Nope, he doesn't put the glove on.
And all you were doing was just standing up for your girlfriend's dignity. That's the fucked up part.
Oh no, he didn't even get in trouble. It was my fault.
Yeah.
The teacher told me, well, you should have came and found a teacher and shouldn't have fought him.
No. No,
That's not how it's gonna work. That's
my
what I told him.
girlfriend's ass. I'm beating the shit out of him for smacking my girlfriend's ass.
Now, I didn't even realize that he had yelled something, and I really wasn't paying attention. I heard a smack, and my girlfriend tapped me real hard and yelled at me, "He just slapped my fucking ass!" And I turned around, handed her my hat, and fucking walked his way.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny the next day. That was like freshman year of high school. And all my friends were like, "Man, we ain't ever seen you get that fucking mad. Like, usually you're the chill one in the group." I'm like, I'm chill, but I'm just like my dad. When I get to a certain part where I'm so pissed off, I start seeing red, and I just kind of lose control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what exactly happened. I really didn't know what was happening. I felt like I blacked out for a while until I kind of came to, and I had 4 teachers wrapping around me, pulling me off this motherfucker.
Only 4? Yeah.
And she was fucking yelling at me, "Jimmy, get off him. Jimmy, get the fuck off him." I freaking got away from the teachers, ran out to the parking lot because my girlfriend was still up there. I, not even realizing it, left her up there. I sent her a text message, "Get the fuck to my truck now. I'm getting out of here before the fucking cops show up."
Right.
I did. I drove my fucking ass home. Because I really would have gotten messed up because I was a freshman. I had my permit and really didn't have my license, and I had driven my cousin's truck up there because he trusted me enough.
Yeah.
And I knew what I was fucking doing. I wasn't going to be an idiot. That was a fucking hell of a night.
I just. If I'm
Yeah,
out,
that was the running joke for a while. Damn, do not piss Jimmy off.
right?
Don't piss me off, and I'll be the coolest motherfucker you ever met.
Yeah. You don't do anything stupid, and you don't disrespect me. You don't disrespect my girl, especially while I'm out with my girl.
Oh yeah.
I'm the easiest guy to get along with. I really am. But you disrespect me, you disrespect my girl, especially if I'm out with her, you disrespect my family, we gonna have some problems.
Yeah. Like, told my friends, like, "What, you guys just think I was a fucking pussy? Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I mean, look at my fucking size. I'll hit someone. I'll fucking hurt a motherfucker."
Yeah.
I'm like my uncle. My uncle is actually doing 90 days in county right now for knocking this dude out in his own fucking yard who wanted to come over and say something about my uncle's Trump sign.
Mm-hmm.
Some 30-year-old that lives in his mommy and daddy's basement.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom could only imagine how, when my uncle punched that guy, how much he fucked him up. Because my mom has watched my uncle knock someone out with an open hand slap.
Mm-hmm.
Open hand slap. He knocked that dude out. I mean, he was on the ground sleeping at that bar.
Right.
And I'm built like my uncle and my grandpa. I'm just a big dude.
That's like me. I don't like to fight, and I haven't been in many fights. But after the ones that I have been in, and I was able to have a conversation with the person that I'd gotten into a fight with, I was asked multiple times, "Dude, what the fuck were you hitting me with? Bricks?" Because, I mean, obviously, I'm not a very big guy. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and I don't weigh but 150 pounds. I'm not very large at all. I may be tall, but I'm fucking scrawny as scrawny can be. But these, apparently, damn near to every one of them was like, "Dude, what were you hitting me with? Bricks?"
That's funny. I had someone on live when I asked me, "How big really are you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm 6'6", 6'1", 270 something, and this is a 1/8 Trans Am, and my shoulders are wider than this car."
Yeah.
So that'll tell you. I'm just a big dude.
That's all right, T2. It happens.
Oh yeah. I don't even know if I showed you. I don't remember the front wheel. I made a roll pan for the Ford.
Ooh.
I just took the back bumper of the 78 GMC, that big game,
Mm-hmm.
cut the sides of it off, cut the bottom down a little bit, and color matched it.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, with the plate in the center of it. Freaking, I didn't, at the time, I didn't feel like going to the store and buying a freaking for sale sign, so I just made do what I had,
Yeah.
which is what I do a lot. I'll take something I already got and just make it work.
Yeah, and the 76 Chevy Sport 4x4 step side has the exact same bumpers, because only difference between the trucks, between those two kits, they're both 124th. One has the bow tie Chevy grill. One has the slightly more open GMC grill. The GMC is a fleet side truck, where the Chevy is a step side. Other than that, they're the exact same kit.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, because I got to mix the bumper. Before I chopped it up, did all that stuff, that's what the bumper looked like.
Yep. Yeah.
And I just cut the sides of it off and cut some of the bottom off.
Yeah. For the 24 scale versions of those trucks, I've got 2 of the GMCs and 2 of the Chevys. So I'm quite well familiar what that bumper looks like. In fact,
Yeah.
I've probably got one floating around here on my desk here somewhere.
I like that truck. I've built a couple of them, and I like them for the frames and suspension. It's got a good frame and good suspension.
Yeah.
I need to get another one for the suspension, because I want to take this car and turn it to a 4x4.
Ooh.
Because it's not a very spectacular kit.
Yeah.
It's going to need a couple things to make it look good. So I'm just going to rust it out and put it on a 4x4 frame.
Yeah. Well, that's like back when I was 17-ish. I took the 66 Chevelle Malibu SS flip nose and put it on a USA 1 monster truck frame.
I thought about buying that kit for that exact same reason. Putting like a freaking IROC freaking Camaro on that frame or something.
Yeah. No, I've never done that with an IROC. I've never done that with a third. Actually, I've never done that with any Camaro.
I got that new Revell 3rd Gen Camaro sitting over here.
Yeah.
And I want to do something crazy with it. And 4-wheel driving it doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. Because I seen one online. It was a blue one. This crazy dude I like on YouTube does all kinds of crazy ass car shit, and it's just funny as fuck. Did one. He put like some giant ass American Force rims on it or some shit. Basically, did the frame and all the suspension like a SEMA truck, but it was an 85, 86 IROC.
Nice.
Freaking 8 inches in the air. Yeah, I kind of want to replicate that. That was a cool ass freaking car. But I wouldn't put no forces on it. I'd put boggers, big old freaking super swampers on it.
That's like with this the Heritage Edition Z28 that I just recently picked up. I'm gonna get some IROC decals for it to build it as an IROC, and then that Z28 that I picked up from Terry here from T2. I don't know if I'm gonna use this Pro Street back half that I got from Matt over at MCV, or if I'm gonna use one of my multiple copies of the 67 Chevelle or the 66 Nova, because I've got plenty of those, both.
Yeah. Whichever one fits in it better.
But I'm gonna back half it and Pro Street it. And
Need to find something to put these big ass things on. These are more die cast rims,
yeah,
big old fats, but these things are fucking huge.
Jesus.
Yeah. And here's the front rim. Front rim's big as fuck.
Yeah.
They're big as shit. If I can get a die cast like at a antique store or flea market for cheap, then I'll get it and use rims and tires, because the rims are on this Charger are die cast, the rims on this truck are die cast,
Yeah.
the nitrous bottles that are going in it are die cast. If there's anything I can use, I'll pick it up. 'Cause paying $5-10 maybe for a freaking die cast and using everything off it is a lot cheaper than $20 3D printed motor and a $20 3D printed set of rims.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still buying the motor, but still cheaper.
Yeah. Shoot, I've got so many 3D printed motors that I hadn't used yet. I've got.
Good morning, Richard. Welcome to the
Good
stream.
morning. I thought as I was awake way too early, and I'm not at work today, I thought I'd see if I can pop in and say hello for a change.
Well, you're welcome in with us. We're just hanging
The
out.
3 times I've seen you guys live when I've been getting up ready for work, I've not been really able to get on here, so I thought, well, today's the perfect opportunity.
Well, thankfully for me, I actually don't have to work tomorrow, so.
I don't either. Frickin' called off yesterday for graduation practice, and then they canceled it. And rescheduled it, so I had to call off today to freaking actually go do it.
Damn.
Frickin' 2 fucking days.
I've done my 4 days. I work a
Then
4
we won't
days
work
off,
Friday.
4 days off shift pattern.
Yeah.
I should be now off until Tuesday. But I am working Saturday on overtime, covering a couple of college hours.
Yeah. But since I don't have to work tomorrow, I'll probably spend some time doing some detail painting on this guy here. That way, between that and getting the aluminum sprayed onto the rotors that I'm going to run with it, that way I can get it turned into a rolling chassis, and then I can start assembling this engine and get it detailed up. Because I prefer not to actually start getting the engine assembled, especially after I've painted the oil pan, until I'm able to rest it in the chassis where it's going, with the chassis being on its wheels. That way my painted oil pan isn't touching on my bench or the ground or anything like that, risking it getting scraped up and scratched up. And yeah. Jimmy, that so looks wrong.
Huh?
Shaking that can the way you were shaking it with, yeah, that just looked wrong. Pretty much, yeah.
Good practice.
Okay, whatever. Hopefully these runs will do as well.
Ooh, 1,800. Oh, And then for him to do what he did to it, that really makes me sick.
I might have to prime them first before I paint them off. Chrome ones. I think I should prime them first. Yeah, those stuffs are tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, since you're away from your screen, kind of,
I'm right here.
I'm gonna read you what T2 just posted in. There was only 503 of the 69 Daytona. It had bucket seats, a console. It was automatic. It had a 440 barrel carburetor. 18-year-old bought the car for $1,800. That just makes me sick.
No.
Especially considering what he did to the car. Yeah, I'm guessing that 440 with a 4 barrel there, T2.
Oh yeah, these rims look so much better black.
But yeah, that just that makes me physically ill.
My AT brakes are hard. Oh, where's my red? Shoot. Hang on.
With only 20,000 miles on it. Oh. I'm not a big super ultra Mopar fan. I mean, don't get me wrong. I prefer a Mopar over a blue oval. But that just that was just wrong what that kid did. Just wrong.
I'm not a Mopar guy, but man.
1,800 for a 20,000 mile car that was one of 503 with a 440 with a 4 barrel console, automatic, bucket seats. Just
Sounds like took all the extra options.
yeah, it just ooh. Makes me want to go find and slap him and say,
should be like instead of child abuse, car abuse.
Right? Makes me want to go slap that kid and say, what the were you thinking? Yeah, I'd have bought that car and I'd have done my absolute damnedest to get it back to factory original condition.
Oh yeah, the only thing that wouldn't have been factory on it with me is I would have put a set of Kragers and a set of Mickey Thompsons on it. That's the only thing that wouldn't have been original.
And even at that, I'd have still had the originals just right there so I could put them right back on the car at a moment's notice.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten rid of the original ones. Kept them just in case, that kind of thing. All right, hang on, let me turn my camera on. Flip it around.
And instead of turning his camera off and flipping it around,
he
booted himself out.
He'll be back.
It is nicotine time. I shall return momentarily.
They smoking your what, mate?
Thanks, Terry. Go get yourself some sleep. Have a good night.
Hey, Mini Mike.
Good night.
Excuse me. Again, I shall return momentarily. It's nicotine time.
Somebody likes you. Somebody likes me too. Okay. I'm gonna go back by. Oh. Yeah, that's why there's so many replicas out there.
There we go. That was not the right button. Uh-oh, well, now I ain't got no audio.
Nobody's saying anything.
Oh, no, there we go.
They're trying to fake you out.
Let's go paint this charger.
I think I got more paint on my hands tonight than I did on the model.
Always the way.
Well, trying to shake the bottle at the beginning there without the lid on it, that was a bright move on my part. We got 16 watching. We got room for 5 more people if any of you guys want to hop in. We'll be on for another half hour or so.
I'm awake for the day. I'll probably end up having a nap later. I'm planning that. I don't normally take naps, but I mean, just imagine me watching a bit of TV later and falling asleep.
So we got the ARC-170 is almost done. So I'll do a lot more weathering to it. So I gotta put the main guns on. These guys here, the main guns. Right. I get slung under the wing. There. And it's not bad for a snap kit, basically. Pre-painted snap kit. So I'll go back and do some more weathering on it. And figure out how we're gonna display it. I probably will build some kind of a stand for it. Yep, that's what we're working on today. So it's probably about as far as I'll probably take it tonight. I just painted the guns, so I want to let them get pretty dry.
Hopefully, me saying this early doesn't backfire. But that thing is slicker than the diamond up the goat's ass. That thing is good.
Leave it alone until tomorrow. Don't touch it. Don't go near it. Don't do nothing to it.
I laid down one coat. I'm gonna let it dry for a sec and see how the dark Rust-Oleum colors. Sometimes some spots will look flat and other sides glossy. While it's still a little wet, one more light coat and it fixes that.
That has to do a lot with the humidity. The Duper color will do the same thing. If the humidity is really high, you'll get a flat finish on it.
Yeah.
If the humidity is really low, it'll come out. It'll pure glossy. But then you're supposed to put their coat over that anyway, so it doesn't run that.
I don't know. I've tried clear coating and I've never had the best of luck with clear coat. For some reason, Rust-Oleum does not like clear coat. Like this is no clear coat, no buff, just straight freaking paint.
Yeah, so even if you give it a couple days, if you don't clear coat it, you can always buff. If you got a dull spot or two, you can always polish those and it'll come right up.
Good. And something you can use in lieu of clear coat, especially over Rust-Oleum.
Future floor polish.
Well, you can't get the future anymore, but you can get quick shine.
Yeah, the quick shine is basically.
This is good.
I painted my hand charcoal gray though doing it. Because I just put them on top of an old paint can stand there and spray them. Which I always end up with paint on me. Which doesn't matter.
What's diesel for?
Yeah, I don't have any of that. I'll just go upstairs and take some Dawn just soap and scrub it off. It'll be all right.
Alcohol will take it off too if it's still not too super cured on the hand. Alcohol.
Well, I know for a fact gasoline will too.
Yeah, fast orange will as well. That's what I normally use.
Yep.
If
Or I just don't care enough, I'll leave it alone and it'll come off eventually when I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I wear gloves at work anyway, so it don't matter.
I have black nitrile gloves here at the house just for that purpose, for when spray painting. That way I don't get paint all over my hand. And I practically never put the damn things on. And
I was stealing them from work for a little while, but I got wise to me stealing them at work, so I quit doing that.
Yeah, just ask your boss when you have a box. So you do this.
Well, we order 1,500 of them every other week. I didn't think they'd miss one box. Well, they did.
Hey, can I have a box? I'm not gonna share. I have a box. Go by Harbor Freight. That's where I get 'em.
This new manager we got, she counts every little fucking thing. Our old manager never did. But our old manager, he was cool. This one, she's been working for Jimmy John's for about 15 years, and she's a drill sergeant at Scout Air Force Base over here. So she is very pissed off. She's military. She keeps that fucking place clean and well organized and shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Estimated value 180,000, sold for 90,000.
But I sprayed those damn rims black, and they look so much better black than they did chrome.
Yeah.
You know, it really worked because I got these big old suckers to go behind them.
Yeah.
Which that red will also go with the theme of the car.
Yeah. Well, it's like the wheels that I'm using on this Silverado edge bed that I'm bashing together. The big rims that came in the Cadillac Escalade XLT.
Mm-hmm.
Because that kit comes with two sets of rims. It comes with these, and it comes with a more standard factory style size rim. And I'm utilizing those with these big disc rotors that I got from I want to say from Iceman. And I just need to go over the gloss black on the rotors with some aluminum. And the calipers I already have red. The calipers for them, they're already painted up. I'm supposed to drop it. But they're already painted up nice and red. I just need to do the aluminum on the rotors so that after I get some detail painting done on the chassis, I can put the rotors and the calipers on and then put the wheels on after that.
And with the rims for the Ford also being die-cast, they come with little calipers. And these actually say in white on them, Brembo or Bimbo, whatever the fuck it is.
Does it say Brembo or does it say Willwood?
So it starts with a B.
Oh, yeah?
It's so small, I can't really read them, but you can see it says something.
Yeah.
My eyesight's not that good. I can't read them.
Because from when you held it up to your camera there, to me it looked like it said Willwood.
No, it's definitely a B. It's got that little.
Yeah.
What I can make out, it's got their logo, the B, and then a circle around the B.
Yeah, okay, that's
really. That's the one I can make out.
That was as it is out in the barn, just straight up out of the. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Oh, good enough. Oh, I showed it last night. I made a little moving around in the model room. Let me get it back. I took this old hutch we had down here and put it in here. Give me a little bit more model stacking room.
Yeah.
Because this big thing, I already filled it.
Yeah, easy to do.
Yeah.
And that hutch ain't going to last you very long either.
Mm-hmm. Well, the way the top is, I can stack them on the top of the thing.
even stacking them up on the top straight up to the ceiling like that, it ain't gonna last you very long.
No. Which,
Was you hanging around, Ed, when I built this one?
oh
No, I
wow.
wasn't.
The USS Ares,
The Ares Fem.
patrol hovercraft missile boat, number
Mhm.
5. This is docked about 4 miles from my house right now.
Oh wow.
He was sold for scrap, and I saved it to make a museum out of it. He's missing the turret and missing the top half of the mast.
Yeah.
Because they had to cut the mast off to get it under the bridges to move it up here. And the turret was already gone when they bought it.
Mm.
And then, it's missing the harpoon tubes too. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I was going to give this to them out there, but now they're trying to move this thing back to Florida, the ship back to Florida where it was birthed at, which is fine. But I'm not going to give them my model and then have to move away.
Yeah. All right, T2. Sleep well, brother. Kiss
See you,
my
brother.
I'll see if I can put my patrol boat, PT boat, in there with it, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I have to find another display for the PT boat.
Yeah. I'm thinking real hard about getting a Aegis class cruiser model so that I can build it up and then put my ship's hull number on it, even if it's not technically a model of the ship that I was on. If it's an Aegis class cruiser,
It'll be close
the
enough.
difference between it and the ship I was on is going to be the hull number.
My nephew lives down there in Houston, and he was on the Stennis,
Yeah.
USS Stennis, when he was in the Navy, and he still lives down there now. He's out of the Navy now, but he still lives down there.
Yeah.
I found a picture the other day of his boat and the condition it was in, and he sent back a video of him crying and how bad she looked.
But yeah, I'd like to find me a Aegis class guided missile cruiser, build it up, and then hull number it, see Charlie Golf 56.
That shouldn't be hard to find.
My dad come down here the other day and started looking at all the kits I got. He's a little amazed by it because I'd build a kit and I wouldn't buy one. I'd buy another one until I already had the one built I had.
Yeah.
And it got into me buying kits for parts. So I've got a lot of kits over here that I've just been parted out.
Yeah.
Like that Boost F100. I got a couple of those just because on 40% off, I can get the kit for like $20, $21.
Yeah.
I can use the chassis, the motor, the rims, and anything else on it, rather than buying $20 for a set of rims, 3D printed, $20 for a motor. I'll just pay $20 together and get a kit with a bunch of parts that I can utilize.
Mm-hmm.
Same cut full drive.
Which is
Same
exactly
Chevelle's. I've got like 8 or 9. I got 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I got 12 of the 67 Chevelle. Jesus, I didn't know I had that many. And then one of them still on the wrapper. I mean, most of it.
Yeah. And buying them for parts, that's exactly why I have so many copies of the 67 Chevelle and the 66 Nova. They're parts kits.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, it's like on the 24th scale, 76 and 78 Chevy and GMCs.
How big do you want it,
The
Dave?
reason I got the GMC versions is so that I could get the fleet side beds to use on the 76 Chevys.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a step side bed person. I don't like step sides.
If you're lifting it, then a step side's not what you want. But if you're lowering it a little bit on some Kragers and doing a muscle truck, then a step side I think works good.
Even then, I still don't want a step side. I want a fleet side.
Yeah, I got you on that though.
I've just,
Step side lifted, I'm not into.
yeah, I've never liked the look of a step side bed. I don't care for it.
Especially those 90s Ford step sides. Those look weird. They're actually coming out. They're about to re-release the 92 F-150 step side.
Oh yeah.
And the only cool thing about that kit is molded to the cab is this like running board, like step side little running board along the bottom of the cab.
Yeah.
And I like the little running board it's got on it. It's not real big, but it's not real small. It's like perfect size for if you're doing a 4-wheel drive or a little bit lifted. But I'm not a big fan of that fleet side that's on it. So I'd take that cab and use the bed from one of these Lightning kits on.
Yeah.
All those kits are universal. They all fit the same.
Pretty much, yeah. That's like I've also got 2 copies of the Hot Rod Blazer, the Jimbo Blazer.
Yep, I pro streeted that kit. That's an all right kit. The cab, the body on it is going to be a pain in the ass to get that top on. It's almost like the top is not made for that kit.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yep, I don't think that top is made for that kit because that top, when I pro streeted it, did not want to go on that kit.
Yeah.
I had to super glue it and then freaking throw a little bit of Bondo down the side of it just to make it look right.
Well,
and that freaking Pro Street one I did up there still looks like shit.
Like I said, I've got 2 copies of that kit, and I've also got several of the 72 Chevy, between the wedge bed and the Coca-Cola 72 Chevy. And the wedge bed kits all come with your choice with the option of putting the wedge bed on it or putting the regular fleet side truck bed on it.
Yep.
I'm going to take one of those and I'm going to use that Jimmy chassis, and instead of using the jacked up suspension on it, I'm going to drop it back down some, and I'm going to cut the bed off of one of those 72 Chevys to make a 72 Chevy short wide on that Jimmy chassis.
There you go. I seen someone in a magazine do that same thing, but he took the bed sides, cut it, and extended it, and did a 72 Chevy Suburban.
Yeah.
Stretched the whole thing, made it into a 4-door, and it looked really good. I always thought about trying it, but I've got no fucking projects.
Yeah, that looks an awful lot like the boat I was on.
This Snowball Bay Aegis missile cruiser, boat number 53.
The only difference
Maybe 1700 500 scale.
Yeah, that one doesn't have enough vertical launch tubes up front.
Could you scratch build them?
Everything else I could find was a lot smaller.
Yeah,
Um,
because the ship I was on we had 24 vertical launch tomahawk tubes in the bow, and then 12 more in the stern, for a grand total of 36 vertical launch tomahawks.
So here's the Princeton that's a 1250 scale. That's just like 3 or 4 inches long. There's 1/7 scale, the Bunker Hill from Flyhawk.
Free shipping from China. Yeah, that's gonna take for flip ass ever to get here.
It usually doesn't take long. It usually takes a
It
week or
shouldn't
two.
take a lot of time.
Those two are about it. There's a paper one. You want to do a paper model? Ticonderoga. That's a paper craft model.
Tygo.
That's a little pretty tiny one. Yeah, that seems to be mostly what's out there right now. That Kitech kit is 1/500 scale, so it's 30 centimeters long, so that's a good size. It was very expensive. $35. $7 shipping.
Yeah.
You just have to modify it to make it exact how you want it.
Yeah, I would definitely have to modify that one because, like I say, Sandjack, we had 24 tomahawk tubes up in the bow, and then we had another 12 back in the stern, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So sit there and get that built up and put it on a stand right up here on my shelf, right up to the left of me. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Grid scale, 700 scale.
Everybody talk at once.
Ooh, let me check this one out. Here's the 1/350 one. The Trumpeter Reeboks. Zypang. Yep.
Second coat is on the Challenger, whatever the fuck it is. I ain't got to do nothing tomorrow, so I'll probably end up all throughout the night checking it, making sure. That's what I did to this Ford. I picked the night to paint it. I wasn't doing nothing the next morning. Throughout the night, I was checking it, making sure. Which the Ford actually, it took one coat and it was good. The Charger, the second coat, it looks really good.
Which is the Japanese Navy version of the Aegis Cruiser, but it looks like it's the same.
Trying not to touch anything. I was paint all over my hand. Especially not my jeans. I get paint on these jeans. My mom's gonna be pissed.
Need to get you some gloves.
Yeah. This is my new pair I got on. Freaking my last pair. I have a bad habit of wearing my jeans for quite a few days on end. Unless I get like dirt or bullshit all over them, then I wash them. But yeah, the last pair I split the fucking dick out of them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wearing them for a couple days. You're not supposed to wash them constantly anyway. It's bad for the fabric.
That's what I said. My mom thinks you have to wash
No,
them after use, and I don't.
as long as you're not getting dirty, like greasy dirty or like sweaty, smelly dirty, no, you don't.
Yeah. Which I'll still wear them. My other pair I wore for a while, and I had freaking they took my parking spot away at the school, so I had to park across the street. And I didn't feel like walking all the way around, so I cut through the grass and just I was leaping over the ditch. And one day I leaped and about fell back, put my foot back, and stuck my foot right in the fucking ditch. So halfway up my calf and all over my boot was fucking dirty water. And I was covered in shit.
Yeah, then they gotta go in the washer.
Nah, I still down for a couple days.
I could usually get 2 days out of them, unless it was summertime and it's really sweaty.
Yeah, summertime days.
Yeah, I got ass sweat really bad. So
of course, in the summertime, you see me wearing a pair of jeans, but I was working on the farm or something. In normal life, it's above 60 degrees. I've got shorts on.
yeah, I got used to wearing jeans when I did landscaping, my jeans and boots, and that's just what I've always worn. Freaking, yeah. I don't even think I have a pair of tennis shoes. All I've got are jeans, boots, and then I've got basketball shorts and my freaking Dollar General off-brand Crocs.
I use basketball shorts as pajamas.
Me being a big fat redhead, I sweat a lot, but heat doesn't bother me.
To take the dog out, you know.
Yeah. Wish I hadn't cut the back seat so shitty. I'd just move the back seat up and reuse it for the charger. But I cut that back seat like shit.
I wouldn't junk it. You might still be able to use it for something.
I'll still keep it. Even if I cut it up and use the freaking seat patterns on something else, I'll still end up using it for something.
Yeah, it looked like that was the biggest one I could find there. It was that Kitech kit, the 1/500 scale, which is like 30 centimeters long, which is not bad. But that's this long.
Yeah, long.
About 11, almost 12 inches long, almost a foot long. That's probably the biggest one that was the biggest one I could find.
That's what she said.
And that kit was probably based on the original Ticonderoga when it was first launched. So yeah, any of the upgrades like the Harpoon missiles and stuff, you'd have to add. But you can find all that stuff all over the place as separate parts. Either photo etch or resin or 3D printed, I'm sure.
I just found on AliExpress for $16.20 with shipping $22.46 a 1/350th USS Tycho.
There you go. That's even bigger.
That's going to be massive.
The only 350 one I could find was a paper model.
Yeah.
Which, if you get in good with Frankie Day, he could teach you all about how to do paper models. Here's another old squid.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a squid.
I haven't been over to his channel in a while. I got some catching up to do.
He puts out a video almost every day.
I know. He cranks them out.
Judas Priest, I'm lucky if I get one a week.
Yeah, what am
I
I?
always-
2 in a
always
whole
got a
year, maybe
8-inch
3.
long stogie that's 6 inches around, puffing on it almost every day. He puts video out. Less in the summer because he does a lot of RC boating and stuff like that. But wintertime, every day.
Yeah, this board's gonna end up being. I haven't updated on it in a while. The last video I did about it, it was still not painted and just a mock-up. Not painted. I'm just waiting on a motor and it's done. Which Lewis sent the motor out. The motor should be here in a couple days. Get a big 5.0 Coyote motor.
That cruiser out there, any kit's ever made, he would know about it. He probably has 2 or 3 of them. Kind of like Terry for ship models. He has like storage bins full of them.
Yeah. A kit I do need to find because my aunt wants me to build it for her is a 70 Monte Carlo, which for some reason on eBay they're outrageous.
Well, that's because they haven't been done in a while.
Yeah. Well, her first car was a white 70 Monte, and then after she drove it for a little while, she sold it to my dad for $500, and that was my dad's first car, and he had vet rallies on it, big set of Mickey Thompsons, and it was a beautiful car. Then out drinking one night, he lost it in a ditch.
Ouch.
Freaking sold it for $400. And the dude he sold it to ripped the 454 out of it and shoved it in his little freaking square body Silverado. And then my dad turned around after he was done with it, bought that truck from him, and he spray painted on the back tailgate.
It's too hard to find. AMT just popped it out in 2021, just 3 years ago. AMT Monte Carlo SS 454.
Yeah.
So just a couple of years ago, you should be able to have 2 qualifying in that one. Just 3 years ago.
I don't know. They're outrageous on eBay. $40-$50. Fuck that. I'd rather find somebody with one and see if I've got something they want.
They've been making that one since 1970, so you know they're not going to be. There's boatloads of them out there. The AMT one.
Yeah. A lot of them they did for a while were the lowrider ones. And I don't want the lowrider one because it doesn't. The lowrider one doesn't come with stock suspension. It's only the lowrider suspension.
What's that? 2021 was the last time the AMT put that kit out, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
I can find them. They're just people wanting too much money for them on eBay. I told her if you find the kit, send it to me. I'll build it for you. It was white, and it had a black vinyl top.
Try Spotlight Hobbies. They have a lot of kits, not just the current new stuff.
Spotlight Hobbies. She had asked me to do that for her going on a year ago. I want to find one and build it for her and just send it to her. She don't know. And of course, I already told her if I find one and do it up for her, I'll put my font on it. Or she said put my font on it. I don't have to build it box top. So it'll get a free.
It's $32 on Amazon with free shipping right now.
Yeah.
What's
For that.
I have models on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they got tons of models on Amazon.
Man, I've only bought like tools on Amazon. I guess I never really typed in model kit.
They got
There are truckloads.
computer parts, models,
They got everything.
anything you want to purchase, you can get on Amazon.
AMT
Some of the
Hobbies,
models on Amazon
1979
now
Colorado.
are very expensive.
$31.99 with free prime shipping. It's retail price, but that's right in line with this
some of the models you find, model kits you find Amazon aren't always cheap or standard
Models
price.
are the only reason I keep my Prime.
Yeah,
That and dog food.
hers was
Hump that
white,
bag home.
or the car was white, and it at one time had a black vinyl top. But by the time my aunt got a hold of it, somebody had peeled the vinyl top off it and color matched the top white, but it still had all the trim around it for the vinyl top.
Even there's one of those little mini boxes, kit boxes to go with it. So you can.
So I throw those away.
I like those little mini boxes.
Little mini box you fold.
I
up,
never
they
understood
fold
those
it.
nothing anymore.
Yep, $32.
Some of the
do much better than that.
some of the kits have the mini boxes, and other ones have slightly larger than a postcard photographs of the car, or whatever the vehicle is. Suitable for framing.
But yeah, my dad walked down here and looked at my stash. He told me, "You gonna build all those kits?" And I was like, "Yeah, all my stuff will get built. I've only got a couple kits that I'll probably never build. And honestly, those are my NASCAR kits and my Munsters coach and Dragula."
In fact, if you went on Round 2's website, they might even have it on there too.
Yeah.
Amazon on $32 for free shipping. That's about probably as good as you're going to get. Other than at a hobby show, model show.
I've got so many model kits I won't build in my lifetime.
Yeah, the only kits I really collect are the NASCAR kits. I've built a few of them, and I love building them, but when it comes to decaling them, I don't know. I get irritated at the decals, but I love the old NASCAR kits, and I'm starting a bad habit of collecting them.
That's what stops me from doing them. I don't like doing freaking decals.
Yeah. Oh, the decals irritate me. I just think they're cool, though.
I don't mind doing them with the necessary ones, not plastering the whole damn car.
I got one over here. It's a 48 Jimmy Johnson Lowe's car. It's a championship Lowe's car. And it's still in the original, like, cellophane or whatever it's called. And it still has the $8.99 Kmart price tag on it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got a couple like that.
Like, stuff like that is cool. Those two, I like
stores that don't exist anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, our Kmart down here became a like a Whole Foods Walmart or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, they went the way of the dodo right along with Sears. Two of the best businesses when I was growing up. And then Woolworths being the third one, and then Kresge being the fourth one. They're all gone.
Gibson's. Don't forget Gibson's.
Well, that's music. That's a totally different thing.
Oh, Gibson's was
I'm just talking. Weren't they in the Pennies, or weren't they in the Macy's or the Pennies chain? Did they get absorbed?
That I don't know.
I think the name went away and some of the properties, and they got absorbed into one of the other chains.
Down here, upstairs.
Yeah, the problem I have with NASCAR kits is some of them you get the real complicated paint schemes that you got to try to color match to the decals, and it's just such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's
well, I don't really build the NASCAR kits. I think they're cool, and a lot of them I have are still in the original cellophane, and I'll never open them.
Yeah.
It's almost a collecting.
Racing things that I have are like I have Jungle Jim's Green Elephant in 1/24 scale and 1/16. I intend on building both of those.
The NASCAR kits are almost a collector's kind of thing at this point for me.
Not.
I just think they're cool.
Any of that, no.
Yeah. But the only kits I have that aren't going to get built are the ones that were bought intentionally as parts kits. So
yeah, I have one crate of parts kits and 3 crates of old kits that I will never sell or build. And then the rest is just whatever. It's here.
The only non-NASCAR one I have,
or I'll give it away.
I'll never build is I have the collector's tin of the Munsters coach and a Dragula.
I like the
And
collector's
it still
tins.
has
I
the
have
little
all the Star
cardboard
Trek ones.
cutouts of the family to put by the cars. It's got
Nice.
the old AMT booklets where you could fill it out and order
that would
models
be
in the
one I'd
booklet.
like to get my hands on. That's for sure.
I've got the Red Baron in the tin, so I'll probably keep it.
My gosh, those are the two kits I get asked about the most about selling. And that was a gift from my dad, and I'll never get rid of it.
And I got the
they're
post office,
definitely on my list to get. I like the tins. I'm a tinaholic.
the Dodge Daytona one, whatever.
And I got a few of the postage
Get
stamp
it in the
kits.
light. I get it in the light. There we go.
Bob, did you get any of the postage stamp cartons?
That's gonna look good with those
Yeah, I
rims.
got the Dodge Daytona or Superbird, whatever one it is. I got that one. And the last time I was at Hobby Lobby, they had 3 or 4 other ones, but I only bought.
That's
I
a
didn't
nice
pick them
color.
out.
Yeah, I got
Charcoal gray.
I got 2 of them. I don't remember which ones I got.
And then I painted the rims that go on it black.
Yeah, that's gonna look nice.
Well, they were like $17.
These damn things. They look better black.
I don't
They
remember what
do.
I paid for mine.
I'm gonna throw one more coat of black on them actually before I go upstairs.
They might have had the Barracuda there. They had the one I got, and there was one other one I think they had there. I don't remember what it was. It was a postage stamp kit. But yeah, I got the Tom Daniels Red Baron in the tin box. That one will probably never get built.
Yeah, I need to find that one too. I didn't pick it up when they
Oh,
had
there's
it.
another one. I just keep that one in the box. I'll find another Red Baron and build it, but I want to keep that one. Keep that one minty fresh. It doesn't have factory air in it anymore though, so it's not super fresh. But
Yeah, right.
that's why it's so loopy, spray painting in the basement.
Right?
Yeah, no ventilation.
No, none. I got Christmas lights to light this damn shit.
I see this.
Hey, whatever works.
And I gotta flip around so I'm trying to balance this shit.
In the basement.
Freaking got a card table and a piece of wood with all this freaking shit. And a card table over here with all the paint on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever works, brother.
The body looks really good.
No, the one cool thing about having the chicken drum is I have my whole room
And then I
back.
got clothes hangers for the
I can put
parts.
my paint shit out. I can put my paint shit back up. My room's back. I sacrificed half the room for that budget.
Yeah, it's a little bit more lit down here with the light, with the Christmas lights. I had one light down here for a long time, and it was a pain in the ass to see. I'd be standing there painting a car with my phone flashlight in my hand
Been there,
for a
done that.
while. Yeah.
Get you one of them small pocket flashlights and just put it in your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done that.
Done that too.
You get a couple of those peel and stick, the motion sensitive LED.
Yeah,
Apple
those are
lights.
great.
Yep.
I got those in the living room. That way, Dad don't turn
They
the
come
damn
on
lights
when
on. Let the
you're
lights
there,
run
and
all
they turn
night.
off when you walk away, and they'll last 6 months or so before you have to change batteries. And somewhere like that, like in a closet or.
Which with these being Christmas lights, I usually leave them on.
I've
That's
also
a fire
done
hazard.
while
Just
wearing this.
I come down here throughout the night and check paint jobs.
Is
Yeah, but you
got-
still shouldn't leave that on. That's a fire risk,
It's got
Yeah.
especially with string lights.
the 2 intensity levels on
I didn't even think about that.
and making
I
them
didn't even think about that. Unplug them then.
When you go up, even if you're coming back down throughout the night, turn it off.
Yeah, I didn't even think about them being a fire hazard. I will say, what we get a lot of down here is stink bugs, and there's about 4 or 5 painted stink bugs running around here.
Oh, trust
gold
me, they're
one.
not running.
There's a gold one over here. There's a blue one to match the Ford right there. One just got painted the gray. The Charger is a
Yeah,
second ago.
those things are a sign of rotting wood. So unless you've got a wood pile, I'd be concerned about the house.
Yeah. Well, we have a big old wood pile next to the house, and
And that's what's doing it. If it's right near the house, they're coming in and you're putting a breeding ground for them.
yeah. My dad, there's
Wood
a.
piles
I have to
should
go back
never
there.
be right next to the house.
I have to go back there and to the wood pile and cut a couple trees that
Snakes
are
and
going up right
rodents
there.
and
We
every
get
damn thing, you know?
there's snakes that are that are up in the wood pile, and my dad won't go near it now. He don't like snakes. Scared the fuck out of him one day. I went back there cutting them trees, and he was standing there. And I was like, "Oh, look, a snake!" And I reached down
They're
and picked it up. Reached down, and picked it up, and
they're
was like,
not
"Hey, look at
dangerous
him!"
ones, are they?
Nah, gardener snakes. I reach
Just
down and pick
those,
them up all the
okay.
time.
But
Even
you
if
know,
they are,
anything else
even
can
if they
come
are, I
along,
just
you know?
grab them by the neck and they won't bite you.
Yeah, but it's not worth risking.
Eh.
Because one misgrab and you could end up in the ER or worse if it's something that's, you know, dangerous.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I know which ones are the
They
gardeners
grab
and
the hold of
stuff.
your hand or something. It still hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get a hold of you. They'll take a bite. They don't care.
No, I know. I've been
At that
bitten by
point, it's
gardeners.
self-defense. They will bite the shit out of you.
I'm gonna walk
They won't
upstairs.
let
So I'm gonna
go
mute.
either. They freaking clamp on and won't let go.
Yup. They can't let go. Once they bite, they have to relax, and it takes time. Unless you can manage to pry their mouth open without hurting them.
All right, we're gonna cut it off at the top of the hour, which is about 7 minutes from now. So, well, thank everybody who was in the chat that's left.
Yeah, channel
Apparently, still
till
12
6
people
a.m.
looking
here.
out there.
Thank you for letting me join you guys.
No problem.
Yeah,
We'll be
anytime,
on
Richard.
tomorrow night, probably after Jonathan gets done. Depending on how long he runs.
And now at 6 a.m. I'm up for the day. Oh,
Now go make yourself a pot of coffee and make some breakfast.
Yeah, son will be
yeah,
coming
breakfast sounds like an idea. I don't do coffee. Breakfast does sound like a good idea.
run down to McDonald's and get an egg and muffin.
Oh yeah, no McDonald's. Real breakfast, real food.
So sausage and bacon sandwich would go down a treat.
If you had smell-o-vision, a couple hours
All right, there we go.
computer outside, you can smell the bakery next down the street.
Oh, that's one of the best smells.
I'll be making donuts in about 4 hours. They'll start cooking.
Yeah. Well, as close as I am to work, I can tell when the baker's at work because I start smelling the cake cooking. It's like, yeah, it's time to get up, make the coffee. I smell the donuts.
And they go in at like 2 o'clock and start.
Yeah,
making
she goes
dough
in
and
at
at least
3.
let it proof, and then about 4 o'clock you can start smelling. You can hear that kick on the fan when they start frying.
Well, it's not close enough that I can hear it, but it's close enough that the wind catches it just right, and you can just smell it.
It's less than 100 yards from where I'm sitting right now to the back
Yeah,
door.
well, mine's like 2 miles, so.
If I'm anxious enough or running bad enough, about 4:30 in the morning, I can go down there and bang on the back door, and they'll sell me some donuts out the back door. Fresh, still warm.
I couldn't be that close, man. Smelling is that strong.
With no
I'd be
glaze
knocking
on,
too.
anything. Straight out of the
Plain
fire.
old warm donuts. Yep, straight out of the oven.
That's when they're the best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Krispy Kreme figured out when they flash the light, they're making donuts. People,
Yep.
people in.
Oh, how I missed that place. We used to have one right by my grandma's house in Lincoln Park. Could walk to there they were like 3 blocks away. Same situation. You open the windows in the morning, Grandpa's making coffee, and you smell the cake baking. It's like, ooh, donut shop's open. We're walking. Let's go. Come on, Grandpa, bring the coffee. Let's go. Grandma would have a fit because he was always taking her good cups out of the house. Like, one of these times you're gonna drop one and break it. He never did. The whole set survived. I have them.
No, no GPU or web browsers here. This is modeling stuff, Dan.
Damn, I come upstairs and everybody's in bed. Jesus.
Well, it is midnight.
No, but if you know anything about aircraft, you'd know.
Now here, the ARC-170 is a Star Wars A-10.
I'm not dude.
That's what we're working on. We're working on. We're still working on.
I'm getting a lot better though. I've had two. Well, I went a little crazy today. I've had 2 Mountain Dews. And that was the first soda I've had in about a week and a half.
A week and a half and you ruined it.
Yeah, once in a while I'm in the mood for a Mountain Dew. And there ain't no more juice or anything left in the fridge. So it's that or I drink milk.
Time to go shopping.
Yep, Dan, that's what I'm working on tonight.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do Saturday after my graduation. Mom's going to the store.
When I first joined in, I was working on a Dos Equis, and now I'm working on a Shiner Bock.
Yeah, I'm working on a 1-to-1 bowl of noodles. My son sent out for delivery yesterday, and there was so much food I couldn't even finish it. So I warmed it back up. It's a little bit cold tonight. Soup sounded good.
Well, my brother's been in here playing the Xbox. And of course, now I don't know where my remotes are. How's my remote right there?
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in tonight. We're gonna cut it off. Let everybody say their good nights, and then we'll be back tomorrow after Jonathan gets finished with his live stream. So,
all right, man.
Sounds like a plan, guys.
Well,
Good night, everyone. Thanks for letting me join you.
I won't be jumping in right immediately when you start up. I probably won't be available for Jonathan's because I got my model club meeting tomorrow night. But when I get home, if y'all still on, which more than likely you will be, I'll jump. Because model club is from 7 till 9, so, and it's only a 20-minute drive. So
A lazy day today.
Alrighty, I guess I will see y'all tomorrow then.
All right.
All right.
great night. Sleep well. Oh, and
Go ahead.
nice.
There you go.